Alright, hello and welcome everyone. How you guys doing today? How's it going, Yonder? How you doing, J-Man? How's it going, Player New? How's it going, Tekka Rock? We're not playing Crusader Kings 3 today, but we'll be playing it very soon. Very soon. Instead, we're gonna play a smidgen more of Surviving Mars today. Tomorrow, though, now, that's when we're gonna be playing Crusader Kings. I want to try and at least keep a little bit to our schedule. You know, I want to keep at least a smidgen to it, you know? Where's the image from? Google. It's from Google. Grabbed it like, 3 years ago. I don't remember. It's from a national park somewhere. Alright, where were we? How are things going? That's right, so we were dealing with things falling from the sky and taking all of our stuff. Okay, that's just a standard meteor that we managed to somehow catch in midair. Oh, look at it go. Whoa. Oh. Bam. There's a thing drilling. Ah, there it is. What are these big, crazy, creepy things? These dredgers. It's the 5th dredger that's landed. I don't really want to break him yet, but I don't know. You know what's the place? I don't remember. I don't remember, Player New. I don't know. I picked it years ago. Alright, okay, so we're just still struggling on electronics, huh? Your colonists kept starving? Oh my goodness. That's why we just bought all of our food. So we're literally just trading concrete for food. That's what we did. How's it going, Delka? How are you doing today? These shuttles scooting around. Do we have all the shuttles being built? 5 more shuttles online. It's 15 more electronics. We'll slowly get there. That's right, someone broke the Hanging Gardens. Things getting rebuilt. Speed everything up. Final Fantasy XIV Y. The MSQ is locked behind doing specific hard mode raids because they have to stretch out content so that the people that have no life and no life the games will still be able to keep playing. it's the only. That's exactly why, Doug. That's specifically why. It's that if someone is literally spending every free moment of their life, they might still work a job. They might, still, hang out with friends and whatnot. But every single second that they're not doing that, they're playing Final Fantasy. Wow, okay. Final Fantasy. Yeah, they need to stretch that stuff out. Oh, we can make apartment buildings. Like, gracious. Yes. Yes, it's apartment building time. What do we need for them? Let me guess. A bunch of polymers, yeah? And concrete? Yes, we can make them. Perfect. Break this down, break this down. We have a lot of homeless people for a hot second here. Break this down. We already have 17 homeless people, so you know what? It should be okay. Break that down. Good. Break that down. Good. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of homeless people here for just a quick moment, alright? It's gonna be fine. It's only 87 homeless people. It's okay. We'll get them. We're gonna get them brand new apartments. Don't you worry. I think we're just getting ready for temperature and water on Mars. Nice. Very nice. Can I get this thing done too? Perfect. Alrighty. Who's ready for apartments? No one is, because they all want to have their own house. But you know what? Too bad, because we don't have the space for that. Bam! There we go. Once all these bad boys are online, our housing crisis will be temporarily solved. Until they decide to have umpteen hundred children more, and we don't have housing for them anymore. That'll stink. Those two don't have enough power. What happened to the power? Oh, we don't have enough accumulators to deal with the night draw. The nighttime power draw is just too much for us to keep up with. Oh, interesting. Okay. This also is going to need repairs soon. It's a high priority building. It should get it. Your apartments are also the last in your queue. It sucks. Oh my god, it's just so bad. You got some nice breakthroughs, though? Ooh, what kind of breakthroughs did you end up getting? Did you get the most powerful of them all? Soylent Green? It's fine if our colonists die. It just feeds the others that are still alive. No big deal. Alright, first one's in. So each one of these increases the capacity by 10. So we had 17 homeless, so we should have 23 or 33 vacant houses by the time we're done. Depending. We'll see. We also will need to have another job open, so we'll go ahead and throw this polymer factory on.
Resources are low.
Okay, all right, there go. Bam. So we still don't have enough officers to get this going. So still need to train more officers. Oh my goodness, we've had 123 graduates. Nice. 79 engineers. Holy moly. Oh, that's right. We have a lot of scientists. That's right. I'll just be a medium required population job now that we've got the housing will slowly get sorted out here. We can bring that back down to lower priority. It's not super duper urgent anymore. Positive terraforming. Passive terraforming, passive construction. Oh, nice. That's awesome. We got the nanites for the passive terraforming jobs, so we got this thing done without sending a single drone hub thing over there. It's great. So we went and got all the anomalies over here. It's good. 20% research site.
Detailed analysis of the dredgers reveal that they're sending signals towards the Coronis asteroid cluster.
This accidental discovery was made later rather than sooner, as the emissions were clearly masked by to resemble cosmic rays in their wavelength. It is apparent that the source of the landers is closer than we thought. The science team immediately requested permission to dissect one of the dredgers to get their hands on the mysterious device used to send the transmissions. In fact, a new research is available. Dredger wavelength decoding. I need to make some tea because I can't talk today. Hint: destroyed dredgers using drones to reduce the cost of the technology. Interesting.
Resources are low.
No? I'll just get you over here. I'm just gonna see if that works. Nah, okay. We'll just get him over here instead. That's fine. We'll go break one down and see what we get. Meanwhile... That's where we got cloning. I'll put this at the top of our research queue, and we'll start blasting through it. We also have $3.6 billion, so we're just going to go ahead and outsource $1 billion. 4.207 per day. Insane. Perfect. Let's just do that. Alright, I'm just going to blast through it. It's going to be good. You want your mohole soon? Oh my goodness, the mohole's going to be great. I definitely want to get that up and running soon. The research is right here. I just have put it at the very bottom of my to-do list, but I mean, honestly, we should just get it on the list here because we actually get this done in a day. Let's just have the research done because we're actually on our way to getting the parts, yeah? Because it's 300 parts, 800 metal, and 320 concrete. The concrete is the thing we're struggling on, not the parts. We're actually making plenty of parts, and that's with us not having even a full crew. So we can get the mohole, actually. So I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you. Also, we really need to get some waste rock disposal because we have a lot of waste rock. It's a lot of waste rock just floating around in the colony right now. Just a lot. It's going to start getting in the way of progress. In fact, it probably is going to start getting in the way of progress here. Definitely going to want these nicer complexes at some point, but it's nothing we can really do right now. Is this sanatorium? Yeah, lowest priority job. Yeah, I can put it as a 2. So bring anyone else in? That is a no. Okay, we'll leave it a low priority job then. Dredgers, the Chinese puzzle.
Team is busy with the scant remains of the destroyed dredger.
Wow. Okay, that's amazing. The spectacular explosion revealed the dredger lacks mechanical components. Its warped internal components resemble organs more than devices. The mysteries behind such a technology has already inspired some of our greatest minds. The head scientist called this the project of a century, and one can clearly hear the excitement in his voice. Keep up the good work. You blew up a valuable artifact. Get back here, you. Okay, so 50% done on that now means that we don't have to even get that much in here. So we'll crush that in no time. Atmosphere is what waste rock's good for. True. And it requires parts. Yeah, we're actually starting to catch up on parts, so I'm not too worried there now. This uses fuel, which as long as we have power under control. Should get electronic components. I'd love to get that. We'll just turn all these on to get factory AI. It's just free stuff. It requires electronic components, sure. Yeah. I know. We need to get the electronic components in first, but why not, right? Is Mohole online? We can literally... Oh, I don't want it in cold terrain for sure. I mean, honestly, we just jam it here. I don't know why we'd put it anywhere else. Because your range doesn't quite fit it. I would like it on the main one. So I guess we could put it here. That'll be good. Generates heat. That's right, it does. So if we... Doesn't generate enough heat for us to heat up our domes, though. The space around it, that little, like, aura zone, it has to hit the center of the dome. So it won't actually heat up any of our domes, but it could heat up other processes. Like, if we broke this down, this could heat up those. I don't know. Plenty of power. Fine on water? Yeah. Yeah, we just need, like, infinite electronic parts right now. It's like, it's a big thing we need. Do we have a cargo container? Ah, good, we do. All right, cargo rocket over here. Just send a whole smattering of electronic parts if we wanted to. Inflation is a problem, so overtime is going to cost us more and more to send that over here. Oh, we just got a landing event. Nice, Scorp's really good. Waste rock liquefaction. I really want these turbines, though. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll put the carbonate processor on the to-do list. Another dredger has landed on Mars. You monsters. They're stealing all of our precious minerals. How dare they? It'll be fine. What's not working? Electronics store and electronics factory. We don't have any rare metals. We have 3 rare metals here. Bunch of rare metals here. What? Get your butt over here. Pick up the rare metals. Bring them back. Okay. So it looks like this here, there's a deep deep rare metals mine right here. No, we already scanned that area. What? They pulled rare metals out of the ground? We blew up... Oh, maybe it just came off of the dredger itself. Maybe. Have it go all the way out here if we wanted to. What, no CK2? Like literally every other strategy streamer? I know, right, Rafikon? Nah, that's tomorrow. Nah, Rafikon, we'll do that tomorrow. Don't worry. We'll do it tomorrow. I want to stick to my schedule if we can, right? Like, Monday, Tuesday is one game, Wednesday, Thursday is another. So instead of Hearts of Iron 4, we'll play CK3 tomorrow. And the day after.
Wave approaching.
Oh, no, not another cold wave. No! Okay, we need to get this power sorted out. I don't want to get another fusion reactor because they're so expensive. We just need more Stirling engines. We need more Stirlings. And as long as it's within range, it's good. All right. It'll be difficult to stream Cyberpunk 2077 in 2 months. You feel like not a lot of people will be doing that? Yeah, no, I'm interested in doing Cyberpunk 2077, but I just don't think we're going to do it the month it comes out, to be honest, because there's just so many other things I want to do. Generic comment. Welcome, Ludi McShooty. How you doing today? If you can increase the temperature, the cold waves go away. It's true. Temperature increase goes off of what tech in here? Which one? It's this one, yeah? Yeah, the greenhouse gas factory. Uses fuel, though. Is there anything else we can do? That's atmosphere. Wow, what a quote. When fire is applied to a rock, it cracks. Wow. I feel enlightened. You can warm Mars up over time. Greenhouse gases. It's true. Domeless farming. We'll just jump that in front. We'll get the greenhouse gases going online. We'll have to get another fuel depot online. So as soon as we get this one done, we'll have to go and get our hydrocarbon tech online because we still can't make polymer factories or fuel refineries. We're gonna need another one, the hydrosynthesis, which is right here for 13,500. We'll get around to it. But yeah, that's a good point. We probably should start working on that. Since cold waves are the most dangerous thing to our colony, if we can mitigate or remove the severity of the cold waves, we'll definitely put ourselves in a better position. Let's turn off that production. So we're still fine because I left these things on. We'll see what happens when we're at night and these things aren't producing at all. Because they're still producing. Spacefly wants metal now. Sorry, I can't really afford to give you our metal. Not yet, at least. Cold waves are the worst. They just, oh my goodness, they're just awful. There's just no way around it. They're just bad. Okay, it looks like we are able to survive through the night. So long as our accumulators are able to hold on. So we'll find out with how well our accumulators do. We need more electronic parts. Uh-oh. Okay, this wasn't... I'm always worried whenever it's like, hey, we need electronic parts. It's like, do we need machine parts? Because actually, it doesn't matter. We've got plenty. Are those metals over here now? Kinda. Kinda, not really.
Research complete.
Over here picking up standard metal. Okay. Greenhouse Mars. Should we... Okay, so we did pull all of it. Grab all this. Drop it off there. There's another 3 we can pick up. Okay, so we got greenhouse, so that's good. Which means now we're gonna need to get this one online. We'll finish the wavelength research first. But if we can get some more fuel refineries online, which granted we can just upgrade. I'm not going to do it quite yet because again we are still struggling on electronic parts. then we'll be in pretty good shape. We don't have any... We're starting to run low on rare metals. I'm curious if anyone has a rare metal trade. I doubt anyone does. Concrete for a lot of food. You actually have a lot of food, yeah. We're struggling in concrete. We should hold on to ours, to be honest. We've been selling our concrete for so long now. Whole bunch of fuel if we do that. Oh, or funds if we do that. That's not bad. How do we still not have this geologist thing done? Crazy. Guess just because we don't have any geologist jobs, right? Yeah, we don't have any extraction jobs currently. Nothing here is able to extract. We can get a little extraction dome over here, and I think we will. I think it might just be the way to go, is just if we get a little extraction dome over here. Don't really do anything except use it for extraction. For metal extractors. Our population is huge anyway, right? Like if we've got an open shift, we kind of just need to have it open right now, because we have so many people. Yeah, they're all, that's right, those are the right ones. Yep, full shift, full shift. Full shift, full shift, full shift. Yep. You literally have people that don't go here? If I put it as a high priority, does anyone come here? One lady does. I guess we'll have the sanatorium as a high priority now, because, oh my goodness. She's a glutton. Ooh, she's a sexy glutton now. Research complete. Very nice. We'll get that going next. Almost farming. This is for atmospheric loss. The dozer. Begin the amplifier upgrade. Pretty good. Grab that one.
We've done it. Our science team has deciphered the so-called language of the dredgers.
Dun dun dun. Each transmission consists of several desynchronized threads. Each of them sounds like cosmic static, but when combined in the right way, they form a pattern, which can be translated to binary. The information transmitted to the dredgers is surprisingly simple. They share data regarding plotted courses, the status of their excavation, and the location of mineral-rich sites. We cannot identify the source in the Cronus, as the dredgers do not have any call signs. But, nevertheless, we were able to intercept their transmission and predict the site of future landings. Inform me immediately when you intercept anything unusual. Very nice. Alright, cool. We're getting there. I imagine at some point it's going to be like, we can use these things to mine wherever we want. And I'll be like, mine all the things. Like we can hijack them. I imagine is what the next thing's going to end up being. That'd be pretty cool if we can. Oh, Dark Omens, uh-oh.
Try to destroy our cities. Then again, they didn't try to contact us either.
Still, what started out as a single contact quickly grew into a series of regular visits. Even when our guests are not blast-toting gray men, they are causing damage to our colony in subtle and cruel ways. As more and more dredgers continue to land on the surface, the future of the colony could be threatened by the lack of significant metallic resources. It is a sad conclusion, but of our first contact with alien life could turn into a race for survival. Our scientists suggest that with the current rate of landings, the amount of metal in our sector will be depleted within 3 years. And some of the most pessimistic of our colleagues believes that this trend is of the landings to become more frequent, which would be a terrible prospect. All right, arrange a team meeting. We got to sort this out, guys. It must be sorted out. We need to know what's going on. And we're barely able to keep up with the power drain here. We do have plenty of polymers left on hand. I don't think any of them's in storage, though. Nah, some of them are. That's good. So in which case, let's go get some more accumulators. Definitely use a couple more accumulators. Oh no, not my food, no! Stop stealing my food. Just don't break down an orphanage again. Or a nursery again. Just explode a nursery. What a ridiculous person. You have a heavy load. Medium, put you on 15 out of 20. Eventually we'll have all of our hubs at 20, is the goal. But it requires electronic parts, so we have to wait a bit until we can get a little bit of a stockpile again. We're going as fast as we can with 17.4 per day, which is insane. That's a lot. It's not going to be enough to keep up with the Polymer project, though. Or the Sterling project here.
Sector scanned.
Hopefully, but I doubt it. Rebel scum, don't destroy crude. I know, right? They keep breaking things. Dang rebels. Thing is, we just need more officers. We don't really have any. We're automatically training them. Oh, well, I say that as we just recruited a new officer. Congrats. Welcome aboard, Officer Oberon Uranus. Welcome. But yeah, we still need 6, 7, 6, and 7. The main thing is we just need so many engineers for all the jobs that we're working on. More officers are going to help.
Dredgers detected.
Officers won't help. You need enlisted. Yeah, I should be fine. The dredger landed. Ah, a site of a dredger landing.
Resource.
Oh, that's directly on him. Oh, no. Alright, we're going to get him off that. We're going to break this one. We're going to get that off that. That's a close by deposit. I want that. I need it. Get out of here, you. Go away. I was here first. Dang it. After him, drones. Get him. Get him. It's all lit up in red now. Does it just pop? What happens? Does it, like, actually explode? How long does this take? Holy smokes. Minus 300 power? How are we functioning at minus 300 power? What? How do we suddenly need 300 power? What? The heater? Oh, the heater. Didn't get enough power to it. We'll finish up this project and we'll find out what's going on with that heater. Gosh darn it. The heater turned off. I want to see this thing pop. And bam. Looks like it's literally one drone's job. Or two drones. Yeah, it literally just pops. Pop. Okay, so he took nothing. So they have to wait until they do their full action before they actually take anything. Interesting. Okay. Sanity break. Let's take them. Yeah, drones take the maniac down. 3 drones are destroyed. We'll be able to work for 5 days. That's fine. We're 76, and we're over 62. Yeah, we're man, that was even during the daytime? We couldn't function? That's insane. Okay, so this is enough to keep this thing warm and active. No one's freezing to death yet, so it might be okay. We'll just ride this out for a bit. We'll see what happens. I believe we can get this heater back on. Plenty of water. Oh my goodness, these cold snaps are awful. Terraforming. Greenhouse gas factory. Let's get at least one of these online, yeah. Just put that right there. Let's just get one of these online at least. So it'll just turn fuel into temperature. Improving temperature decreases the severity of cold waves and creates environmental conditions of acid rain and clear water rains to occur. Increased temperature is required for liquid water to be present on the surface of Mars and in lakes. High enough temperature are also paramount for the habitability of the Martian surface. Okay, so if we can get this going here, hopefully we can just reduce the severity of these cold snaps. They're just so bad. They're crippling. They're absolutely crippling. Yeah, even during the daytime, we just flat out don't make enough power. As long as we don't have problems where the dome is freezing, we're fine. Otherwise, we'll see. All right, Yonder, have a good lurk. We'll see you around. As long as this is at least still functioning, we don't need the parts being produced right now. This doesn't even have the 4.8 power it needs to turn on to keep this thing going. But it's running on its own, so it's fine. We don't need that on then. We're really gonna have to go get some more rare metals soon now.
Sector scanned.
Dome just lost life support. That is no good. Okay. Let's just go ahead and mine this out for 300 and lose 300 of it and use this drill for them. We're gonna need it for electronic components, or else we're not gonna make it. we need it. It's important. This is why you left temperature first, then water. Yeah, I agree. You're right. It's bad. The power draw requirement is now 500. How is it suddenly so much? What happened to cause this? This needs to be enough to at least turn this on for water to be passed. Nope, not enough? Okay.
Meteor shower incoming.
I need this thing on. So we can actually have water. Ah! Why are cold snaps this bad? Gracious. There's just not enough water production. These are just high priorities now. They have to be. they have to be higher priority. They flat out just have to be higher priority. That's enough to keep this thing warm to be good. Okay, it's still fine. Okay, there we go. Good gracious. Alright, so yeah, we just have to have these as high priority. Oh my good gracious, come on. What did you break? A grocery store? Who shot up a grocery store? Come on, renegades. Seriously, what is this? We need more officers. We have 17 renegades in this dome. The absolute vagrants.
A colonist has died.
We just need to make sure we have at least these guys online. They're crucial. They're high priority as well. Should be okay. Take a rock, stop it. Don't you dare. Don't you even dare. Come on now.
Resources are low.
We need to keep this colony alive for another hour for us to have all the power we could need in the morning.
Meteor incoming.
Holy moly, that's a lot of meteors. Right? Another one, please. You did not shoot the one that was important. You failed. Too far from a drone commander. What? Oh yeah, because they're not powered. How are we not producing enough power now during the daytime? What? What am I missing that makes it where, like, now we're not producing enough power?
Meteor incoming.
Please shoot that. Very good. How? Ah! I see. Renegades blew up our... For gracious sakes.
Electrostatic dust storm approaching.
Renegades blew up the power reactor so that we all die by freezing to death. I just, you know, I understand it's random for what building it is, but I would imagine insurgents would at least be smart about what they're blowing up, right? I imagine like a rebel faction wouldn't be like, all right, guys, we're gonna go and we're gonna put salt in the only fertile field in 500 miles. Let's go, right? Like I highly doubt a rebel faction would be like, this is the best idea we've ever had. Let's get on it,
Detected.
right? It just seems so stupid. Okay, more dredgers. We've got a research thing to do for them? No, we're just waiting for more things to pop up with them. Soon we can get some more fuel going, so it'll be good. We'll see what we can do. But, good gracious. How's it going, Carcinogen? You are a dog? Well, welcome, Carcinogen. Have you been a good dog? Yeah, we're just it's just the electronic components are just such an absolute ache for us to get. Like, we just cannot get enough electronic components. This is a serious issue. We can get everything else, we just can't get the electronic components. We're just gonna send this back over with 60 electronic components. We just need them. We just can't produce them fast enough. We just need them. So we're gonna go ahead and send them on over. A little concrete.
The conference at the United Nations is about to begin. We'll be transcribing the communication on the fly. It will take 5 minutes or so.
Mr. President, Mr. Secretary General, fellow delegates, ladies and gentlemen. For many centuries, humans have speculated that, in the great expanse of the universe, there should be life. Humanity never dismissed their hopes for contact, and so, even before we could reach for the stars, we built machines to probe the space, for signs of the existence of others. Until recently, our attempts were met with silence, and we had to rely only on our unshakable belief. But today, we have proof. We are not alone. Allow me to introduce to you the commander of Mars Alpha, our first colony on the Red Planet, will personally address your questions. We can't speak to contact or conflict, but rather unforeseen competition. To speak about making contact with sentient races is rather premature. Yeah, we're looking at unforeseen competition here.
What we can confirm is that the automated vessels we encountered were of unknown origin.
The vessels dismissed all of our attempts to communicate, and proceeded with their only mission: to consume and transport resources from the surface of Mars. In another time, we would address their activity with affectionate curiosity and excitement. But in the light of our current situation, this has caused great distress and concern in all personnel of Mars Alpha. Without bothering you with the tiresome technical details, the extraction and utilization of Martian resources is crucial to the success of Mars Alpha and our ability to settle in the solar system. Our colony's safety and viability is of our utmost priority. This is why I personally supervised operations to deny the alien vessels the opportunity to extract and steal away the metal deposits crucial to our survival. I would ask that those who might raise questions on the measures of our reaction. What do you call a neighbor who deliberately tries to stall your attempts to lead a better life? Bum bum bum.
The applause dies down. The delegates proceed to question our sponsors' committee as to the details of their encounter with the dredgers.
They handle most of the questions with ease and require little input from you. And when you are confronted with a direct question from one of the delegates, an anonymous yet reliable source disclosed to us that you ordered and succeeded in deliberate destruction of at least one of the alien vessels. My country condemns any premature aggressive actions that could taint the relationship of humankind, the reputation of humankind, especially when addressing such a delicate matter. What gave you the authority to act in such a reckless manner without an official resolution from the Council of the United Nations? The prosperity of our colony is our first and only concern. This is not an act of aggression, but instead a step towards mutual understanding. Yes.
I would only take issue with half of the statement given by our honorable delegate. While we did indeed dismantle the vessel, I would hardly paint our intent as an expression of the darker side of human nature.
Our goal was to make sense of what's happening, of the nature of the alien vessels, which is one of the underlying principles of science. Our efforts were not in vain. The greatest minds of Mars Alpha and Earth managed to make amazing progress. Dismantling the probe allowed us to make sense of the communications of the alien machines. Maybe even the basis of a language of their creators. And not only that, the scientific knowledge we gained from this event will speed our way to the stars, where even more puzzling mysteries await those of us who have the bravery and ingenuity to face the unknown.
We've got another problem on the horizon.
Dun dun dun.
Potentially devastating one.
Oh, okay. Excuse me? Wait. You're heckin' living... Yeah, excuse me. We're heckin' living here, and you're taking our stuff. What's you doing? Right, Dalka? Goodness. What are you doing? This is our stuff. We were here first, alright? Come on. A famous leak site has just released leaked logs and reports from our colony. They concentrate exclusively on the dredgers and elaborate on the evidence that we have contacted an alien civilization. Our sponsors have were probably foolish enough to believe that the secret could remain hidden from the public in an age of information. The uproar is tremendous, and the UN called for an emergency press conference. The monitoring council of our sponsor was intended... Oh, wait, we just did the... Okay, we read this thing last. Whoops. The monitoring council of our sponsor was insistent on our participation in the event. It will be held via the interplanetary network. We will be the center of attention. The time lag is giving us 15 minutes between questions to think of the best way to answer. There's no reason to hide the truth now. So, I mean, yes and no on the 15-minute lag. If you ask a question on Earth, you would expect a response within 30 minutes. 15 minutes for it to get to Mars, 15 minutes to get back. It's not like 15 minutes that gets to Mars, 15 minutes that you get to then think about the question 15 minutes back. It's not how that works, right? Like, that's... Close enough. At least I understand there is a delay. You know, close enough, right? But still not quite. Alright, dust storm. We went from a cold wave to a meteor storm to an electrostatic dust storm. Wow. I would not call us lucky. I need this thing to be built ASAP though. Do you want to do your job, big guy? Yeah, now we're talking. Shoot it down with the big guns. Alright, we need more of these. More of these, please. Pick up all the things. Drop off all the things. Get her done. Their power leakage. Not now, please. The electronic components will be here in, well, we're playing as Russia, so an amount of time. Not in a timely fashion, that's for sure. Alright, we're gonna cancel this. We need to start stockpiling our concrete here. We can't just keep giving it away. Let's turn these 2 concrete plants on as well. Let me get that online as well. Start stockpiling our concrete, and let's get a mow hole online. We're gonna need it. We're just going through rare metals so fast that we're going to want to get a mow hole built. I think we're just going to jam it over here. Not nickel terrain, though. It's just bad. We can jam it right here, actually. This would probably be a fine place for us to land it. It's not like we're going to be putting a... Well, I mean, we could put a dome over here. Though if we were going to put another dome over here, I think we would put it here. Although it'd be nice if we can get into Vista. We wouldn't be able to go and mine that, but we can mine this. If we put this here, we could do Vista. We'd be able to mine the deep metals here for, well, whatever's left after the after they stole it. Those alien monsters stealing our precious rocks. We found those rocks first. How dare you? Pop stuff to the top, get that done in a day and a half. Get us another smattering of gold here. Need a smidgen more cash on hand. Power's becoming a real bear. If we can just build the electronics, we're fine. If we can just have electronics, we can build our power production and we'll be fine. But the renegades went and destroyed it because they're absolute dingbats. Oh, good gracious. Like, I know what we'll do. We'll break the power plant. All right, well, everyone gets to starve and suffocate and freeze. I hope you're happy, renegades.
A colonist has died.
All of your fellow friends are committing suicide. You have done a grave illness to... Yeah, and they're not even the ones leaving either. If you're going to commit yourself to the grave early, at least be a renegade. No one else, please. But if we can get enough, electronics is just our barrier to entry on anything. If we can get enough electronics, we can just go ahead and build out all of the Stirling engines here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 101. We'd only be 26 power off. If we had all those gone, it'd be good. One shot the heater? Yeah. No good. Ugh. We'll rebound, though, once we get this online. Just once we get this online. Okay, good. All those metals have been dropped off. How many? 30. Perfect. Sanity breakdown. Fuel explosion. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I was gonna say, it happens, but you know, then it just happened immediately again. Okay. I see how it is, game. I see how it is. Hey, you feel like going back to this game? This game's good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the difficulty of it. I'm enjoying the wackiness. I love games where you have to struggle. This ridiculousness here, I'm enjoying it. I like it. Easy games, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't like easy games. Don't entertain me as much as really hard games. Like a lot of video games where you hit like a, you know, when in a lot of video games when you're like progressing, you're getting slowly better, you're buying like you're using like the tiny bit of gold that you have to pick up like the cheapo equipment that's like good enough. It's like a +1 upgrade and you're like, oh my goodness, this is gonna help so much. I love that feeling when you're like, this gives me a +1 to damage. This is gonna be amazing. And then you get to like later end game, you're like, this gives me a +16 to damage. I don't know if it's really worth me switching to this. I don't know if it's really worth it. Like once you get that point, I start losing interest. But when it's like every little piece matters, oh, I love it. Okay, everything needs electronic components, and we're starting to fall apart here. This is actually getting really bad. Oh my goodness, this is getting really, really bad. Our entire colony is starting to shut down. The entire colony is shutting down. The rocket's taking too long. Launch it. Our entire colony is shutting down because we don't have electronic parts. This is really bad. We can't build power because we don't have it. And everything else that needs it for maintenance and repair is starting to shut down here. Because we don't have the drones working anymore. We're starting to hit a dark hour here, guys. We have all this power leakage now because we don't have drones working to close them up.
Looks on the faces of the audience. Your words have made a lasting mark.
You not only managed to persuade the public to support your efforts, but also inspired millions of people around the world to watch the live stream. Welcome, everyone. Your influence will aid the colony greatly. Effect: public opinion of Mars Alpha increased. Oh my goodness, an additional 50 applicants. Oh, we get to go ahead and we can bring in so many. Wait a second, you can only call passenger rocket once. Well, rip. So now we have a massive food shortage and everyone's about to die. So that's a thing. Is there any food sitting over here? Nope, of course not. So literally everyone's about to die. 199 people are about to die, and this thing doesn't have a large enough radius to be able to pick this up and drop this into the... Maybe it can.
We have a food shortage.
Can we get over here? Are we within range? We're right here. Scoot up a bit. One tile more. It's one tile too far. No, it's out of our range. I can't do it. I need the electronic components. No electronic components, no good. Actually, there's some food here. So from right here, we can get it from there. And then we'll have to have this RC transport get over here. Unload here. Pick up food. And dump there. Okay, let's get those parts in here before everyone starves to death. Good gracious. You have 246 people and their lazy butts can't work to fix these holes. I know, right? Like, well, it's all because the renegades blew something up. Like, it's all on them. It's all on the renegades. It's entirely their fault. Alright, I need you over here. This is way more important. Get over here right now. Okay. If we can now use a part here, or an electronic part to turn that on, that'd be great. They're still dredging up things. I just need to get the colony back online first before we do anything else. As soon as... Okay, this is online now. That's online now. This is online now. Good. Should start having food being moved soon. We're going to the electronics factory. Ah, here we go. Food is coming in. We're slowly bringing food to the grocer. And don't worry. If someone dies, they turn into food. There it is. Did you really just attempt, give up, and you're now going to walk away? I cannot believe this RC transport here. The RC transport literally gave up and was going to go away. Look, everyone can come out here and actually pick up the food themselves. There you go. You're welcome. I cannot believe that RC transport. Good gracious. Yeah, no, sanity's super low right now. There's a big pile of food outside. People just go pick it up. I can't be bothered to actually bring it inside right now. Just go pick it up outside. It's fine. Okay. Only 30-something will still need some food. And they'll be able to pick it up in a minute here and slowly get dropped off at diners and the like. Diners and grocers. That's also really annoying. So this guy right here got right next to the grocer, ran out of power, and was like, nope. Though that's on my way, I'm going to go charge... Okay. He didn't make it either way. Like, he could have at least dropped off what he had on him. But nope. Alright, well, it is what it is. It's just the way the AI works. Let's go ahead and get a couple more charging stations here. For the little guys.
Resources are low.
A couple more of these just to make sure that's not a reoccurring issue here. Get those built up just to make sure that them recharging isn't a constant problem. But until we get the electronic parts here, there's nothing that's going to happen. We got 17 or 13 here. Somewhere in oh no, but those are all the ones in construction. All right, let's get these 60 landed. You read that as electronic arts at first? Pfft, rip. Well, if it was electronic arts that we needed, I think we'd be okay. Is this the 1075 challenge or something? Essentially. 790. Can you get up to 1075%? Wait, Nuck, are you serious? Can you do that? That's crazy. We're only doing 790. We had an 800 run once. I think that was the highest we managed to get, was an 800 run. Okay, so we should have plenty of electronic parts now. Everything should be properly running, be fully operational, and you need to stop it.
We have a food shortage.
No, we don't. No, we don't. We have a network problem. The issue is our robots are stupid. Okay. Power is finally online. Yeah, it's only 790%. It's unfortunately not the 800% that it was last time. Oh well. Oh my goodness, that's a great sector. Oh, yeah. Even using the drill on that bad boy would be good. It's a lot. It's a lot of power. Where are you at? Over here? Perfect. Just where I need you. Just drop all of your junk right here, please. Bunch of food here getting pulled in, but it's just not fast enough. So I'm going to have you come over here. Grab the apples. Get over here. Grab food. Drop it there. This number.
We have a food shortage.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Yes, we do. No, we don't. Game. Oh my goodness, he just picked it up and dropped it right back down. Pick this up. No. 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 Its automated mode is like, but I drop it right here. It's like, no, you don't. Get your RC butt over here. Put it on the ground. Good gracious. Shoots the fusion reactor again. Tekka-Rock, don't you dare. Don't you even dare. Alright, so we got it so that they live longer. That's great. Okay, perfect. So working on this will help with relaxation when they're at the infirmary. So that's good. Nice and relaxing infirmary trips. We're definitely going to want to get low G turbines. It's going to help us out just a ridiculous amount. Robo hubs are going to be good, but we really need to get drone swarm online. Kind of crucial. I would love to get the scrubbers, but they require, you guessed it, electronic components to run. So I'm a little skeptical. Pick up the rare metals. Drop off the rare metals. Yeah, it's just need more people. We're out of housing? How are we out of housing, but we don't have enough people to do all of our jobs? What? How is this even possible? Why shoot it when you can become the reactor? I'm the reactor now. Yeah, I think we'll just jam this bad boy like right here, honestly. Not the reactor, the mohole. Yeah, I don't see any reason not to. We're gonna jam the mohole right here. Power cable. Perfect. Just all of our concrete, all of our metals, and then just a bunch of parts. I just need a bunch of parts. Once we get this mohole online, we'll just start drawing metal and rare metals out of it. You only build one. But yeah, it pulls out like 20 rare metals per day or something ridiculous like that. So we'll be fine once we get that online. Until then, we're just going to rely on the drill. The RC drill. To go and drill out all of these. Just keep us running. Don't stop running. Okay, with all those electronic parts, we did get a lot of Stirling engines built, so that's really good. So we got a lot more passive power as well. Because this is online now too. Just engineers. No, don't do that.
Colonies has died.
Wrong button. Luke Solar, don't do that. We want to make sure that it's exclusively engineers here. But you only need 2 to make it worth the investment of 10 electronic parts. I'm confused. We still talking? This isn't required. What are we talking about? I'm confused. Okay, so we're just gonna keep pulling that out. When you build the mohole, you win the game? No. Our target goal is once we've completely terraformed Mars, which we have done nothing yet towards getting that done. Let's get this done. We're still working on it. We're a ways away. Once we get the mohole done, that'll just at least let us continue to thrive with metals, so we don't have to expand too crazily. We can still expand to local areas, but we can just throw power in there. But yeah, no, I want to terraform this whole planet. I mean, it's all easy from there out. It's true. It's truer. It's gonna make it easier, but we are still running in problems where they keep sabotaging things, and some events can still cause serious issues. But eventually we'll get to a point where we'll be able to just kind of skate through it. You're right. We'll probably call it before we end up hitting a full 100 across the board. Because we'll get to a point where it's just too easy. Yeah, rip apartments, right? I hope they weren't living in there. You know what? I take that back. I hope they were living in there and forgot the day that they were going to be demolishing that. Darn rebels. You rebel scum. You cannot stand against the Empire. Alright, let's get this GHG factory online.
Dredgers detected.
Ooh, that's unacceptable. That's an unacceptable location for them to land next.
Research complete.
Rejuvenation treatment, nice. Okay. We're on Home Collective, which will be good to have. Increased cargo capacity of shuttles, that'll always be nice. Drone batteries. Let's get drone batteries next. Then we'll get drone speed. Let's get some of these cheaper ones out of the way because they're so quick and easy. Especially with the extra cash we have on hand. Go ahead and outsource. We have so much research speed now, we can do the Martian copyrights really, really quickly now. Which is good. We can get all 4 of these upgraded with the factory AI for an extra 20% production for no cost. Alright. Temperature. Here we go. We can get more than one if we wanted in here, but I think one's probably fine. Nah, let's get 2 in here. I've changed my mind. We'll put 2 in here. We're not doing a lot of trading right now, so we might as well. We use a lot of the fuel we produce. Yeah, as soon as this thing lands, we're going to have to get rid of it. We can't let it go and continue to mine out the deep metals. Unacceptable. We have so many engineers. It's insane. Oh my goodness, we've almost had 200 graduates. 124 engineers.
Research complete.
Battery optimization. Perfect. So these, our drones will now last 50% longer on their battery. And we're going to go and make them real quick. Because again, it's also going to take a day for us to get that research. So let's get that done real quick. Speed them up by 20%. Hopefully that'll mean that we don't need as many drones to get all the jobs done. Because we'll be running around so quickly. Fingers crossed. We'll see. We're bringing in 6 polymers. Nice. Good find. We've hit so many polymers. Jeez. We'll shut down this job. Try and boot him to some other job out there that needs to get done. Another 37 homeless people again. Yep, I had a feeling we weren't going to be staying on top of that for too long. Can't keep up with the metal needs. Really? Need a metal extractor here. Do need another job. Get a metal extractor for the 600. A bunch of concrete parts. That was quick. Alright, let's get everyone on there. Start using fuel to speed up. 30%. 25% for more power. Sure, we can have that. It's only 2 polymers to build. Let's just try and pull this out as quickly as we can. Pulls out waste rock, which just go to this big waste rock pile. Jeez. We need to get this waste rock pile dealt with. This beautiful research zone is just turned into a big pile of rocks. Oh, we'll get around to it. Gonna make this a low priority so we still have parts and pieces wherever they need to be. And if there's nothing better for us to do with them, they'll end up in there.
Research complete.
Doji drive, nice. Okay, so the drones are even faster. Kind of tempted for the automated storage. I'm assuming it's parts for maintenance, so I don't really want to do it quite yet. Funding. These are all that important because this gives us what Arc Workshop. Sanity damage for doing out of dome work. Yeah, that's a good one. We're gonna want that. Martian born don't get sanity damage for doing work outside of the dome. That's gonna be an important one. Ooh, nice. They took 200 metals out of there. That's a bit much. They keep stealing all of our precious things. But all in all, the colony's running nice and smooth now. So long as we don't get cold snaps, we're okay. When we hit a cold snap, though, it's a real struggle. Everything else we seem to be managing to get through. We've even got the temperature at 0.69, which is pretty nice. 0.7, there we go. 0.71, very nice. So we're scooting along on that one, which is good. A bunch of parts over here still continuing to pile up. Just make sure that this is getting picked up. Just making sure we're pulling all 45 over when we can, each time.
Breakthrough discovered.
I forgot my mic. Thank you. Yep. No, we want to set it up like this so we have the subsurface heater. I was trying to get the one in there, but there are two in there, but the way I was angling it in from this side just didn't make sense. Thank you. I blew my nose and forgot to unmute. Good catch. Appreciate it. Oh, goodness. I always feel bad when I leave it muted for too long. Or actually, for any time longer than is necessary, really. Alright, what do you got? Land back down after that breakthrough. So let's get this breakthrough done. That's going to be such a good breakthrough. Oh, I'm so excited for that. Because that means we're not going to need this anymore. Oh, it's going to be so good. We're just going to make a whole bunch of these, and then we're going to get drone swarm, and then we're going to have 100 drones per hub. It's going to be amazing. We're definitely going to need more chargers all over the place to keep them up and running. More of these recharge stations, but otherwise we good to go. We're staying pretty a-okay with the electronics right now. Oh my goodness, all these are done. Perfect. So now we should be running nice and easy both during day and at night. And cold snaps just require us to open all of our Sterling engines and we'll be fine. So long as we have a large stockpile of polymers, we'll be okay. Going here forward. Alright, we're on our way. We just need a lot more parts. More parts, please. Some of your favorite breakthroughs? It's a good one. 1.3 in climbing? Yeah, it is. We got 2 of them working now.
Sector scan.
But that's why we need to go and get more fuel. Our fuel production is what we would like to say slow. Try to get these online. Just requires a little more concrete and another little concrete metal and part. And then we're online. Go ahead and pour myself some tea. Countdown. That doesn't look good. Well, I pour my tea, because otherwise I'm going to forget again. Okay. Let's get my tea here. My water here. Countdown. 5 days. The Dredgers. Darkened skies. That's ominous. Vehicles destroyed, 1 rover. Wait, what? Oh, for gracious sakes. Alright, well, we're gonna need a new rover. Jeez. Holy moly. Yeah, Darkened Skies, no kidding. This is not good.
Warning. We've got a red alert.
The scanners have gone crazy with the signatures of dozens of dredgers heading our way. The dredgers' communications repeat a signal we can interpret as emergency eat/dig. On the screen, we see a swarm. They look like a swarm of locusts, and we presume their goal is similar. The mission sponsor has authorized a forceful response. Multiple dredgers detected. They'll arrive in 5 souls. Oh my goodness, okay. They're gonna eat all of our metals. Honestly, as long as we defend this patch here... Oh my goodness, is it like everywhere? No, it's just in some spots. As long as we defend like this area nearby, we'll be okay. Because once we get the mohole online, we're not actually going to need these. Because we can upgrade the mohole to be stronger, faster, better. The biggest issue is we don't have a transport anymore, so that's a serious problem. How many do we have spare here? 30. 60. Okay. Proton, I need you to pile up with these rare metals and get back to Earth. We need to send a new transport over, or else we're going to be out. So we need to get that sorted. We have enough parts. So what we're gonna end up having to rush for the mohole now. This is like critically important for us to get now. Is this mohole? Oh my goodness. There actually more of them are landing. As time goes by, there's more of them. The bomb. An unbelievable amount of unaccounted funds suddenly appeared in our accounts. But our currency kept freezing. This comes shortly after we received the following cryptic message. Seth requires permission to test the bomb at a safe distance from your Martian colony. These funds should cover inconveniences. Does Seth have permission? What is this? What kind of joke? The colony needs additional funds. Yes. Follow the message and identify the sender. Do it now. Do we just say yes and see what happens with the bomb? It said an unbelievable amount. If it's not 5 billion or more, I'm disappointed. Do we just say yes to just anonymous funding? Is what we're supposed to do? I kind of want to go with 3. I feel like that's probably the way to go. Maybe they blow up the dredgers? Sunderin, you're not wrong on that. An enormous blast has been detected, measuring at a mind-boggling 50 megatons of TNT. The blast was very far away. A small Mars quake was detected, but the debris from the blast and the winds from the blast wave will hit our base very soon, both at the same time. At least the money has been unfrozen. Hope we survive long enough to spend it. Ah, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, we're fine there. It was 5 billion! Bam! Did you see me call that? Oh, I feel so good about that. Called it. I said if it wasn't at least 5 billion, I was going to be grumpy. Exactly 5 billion. Nice. Very nice. So we're going to get this rocket nice and filled up with metals and out of here. Oh no, the dust storm's immediate. Okay, well, it'll leave in a soul, I guess. Whatever. We've got the storage tanks to get us through it. Oh, jeez. Hope this thing is currently working. It is. Not well enough, though. Seems like I only can do one at a time. It's problematic.
Meteor incoming.
I don't think that one's actually properly defended. Ooh, it barely is. Yep. It lined in on it. Whew. Oh my gracious. Meteors go away. Pew! Okay, we're gonna need another one of these, by the way. By the way this is going, we're definitely gonna need another one.
Research complete.
Let's go ahead and put this.
We have a food shortage.
Don't really want it in cold terrain. That's not cold terrain. That's cold terrain. That's not cold terrain. We'll go here. Oh, we got a leak. It's pretty bad. Food shortage, fracture, researched, printed electronics. Perfect. So with printed electronics, we'll start pumping out drones. I want some built here if we can. Fractures, some polymers is fine. We've got plenty. We can go jam some polymers in there. 50 megatons, he says. I know, right? It's only a minor inconvenience, right? It's fine. For the amount of money we got, it's probably fine. We'll probably be okay. Okay. Build me like 50? Only like 50 drones out of straight metal. It's amazing. Get her done. It's actually going to be pretty important. It's a medium priority job now.
Resources are low. Anomaly found.
Nice. All these anomalies are speed up research time anomalies. Those are good. It was 500 for the record? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 500 megatons. Oh, did I say 50 megatons? Sorry. It was 500 megatons. At least it didn't trigger a cold wave? Very true. That would be devastating. It's like, it was a nuclear bomb. You now have nuclear winter for 10 souls. I'd be like, oh, that's not good. Guys, I think we might be in trouble. So do we get like a big defense laser cannon set up and then just blow out all the encroaching nonsense? Put you over here. Just so we can go and deal with those. Because again, these are the ones that are closest to us and the ones we care the most about. And everything else is kind of meh. It's a lot of research ones all over the place. It's good. What are we working on right now? Drone swarm. Nice. That's really what I want. The sooner we get it, the better.
We have a food shortage.
Okay, we'll be able to hit everything from here. How on earth do we have food shortages? You've got all this food at your grocery stores. Just go to them. Oh, it doesn't have a third shift. That's awkward. Let's get that third shift going. Let's break all these down. We want shopping, gambling, dining, and social.
Anomaly analyzed. Sector scanned. Select a sector to scan.
Okay. Continue to scan them that way. Okay. Good gracious. Alright. So, you are filled up and can go back to Earth. It has some rare metals on it. So once it's there, with the 5 billion that we have, we can send on back a whole smattering of parts. I want a whole set of 100 parts. Just so we can get this mole completed. We get 100 parts in here, we then only need 23 more. So we should have that by the time it gets back. We'll see. We'll see. We have two and a half souls until we have the dredger apocalypse, in which like infinite dredgers are showing up. I'm pretty sure the asteroid belt would actually be easier to mine out of, by the way, than Mars, just because no atmosphere. And like, you know, low gravity and whatnot. Weird. Getting up there in that temperature. It's pretty good. Oh, they need repairs though. We'll get them eventually. We don't have a whole... Oh, really? We don't have parts floating around? Guess, yeah. We're down to only 2. Kinda makes sense. This has been eating them all. So it's not just first come, first served basis for the parts. Wasn't originally.
We have a food shortage.
Why did all the dredger things suddenly disappear? Did you just break the space bar? Gracious. We need more security stations to deal with the renegades going on in here. Our 9 police officers aren't enough. Our 9 officers are not enough. I cannot believe it. And also, I can't believe that you 4 are trying to live in here. It's crazy. Okay. Sending asteroids to crash on Mars could be rather beneficial for creating greenhouse gases. True. I think there's even a thing for that, yeah? Melt ice caps. Reduce temperature. And launch magnetic shield for less loss. Consumes water but creates a lot of heat. The core heat convector might be a way to go. Put that on the list of things to get done. Because that'll help speed up heat. If we can get the planet heated, we should be in a pretty good spot because then we don't have to deal with cold snaps anymore. Once the cold waves are gone, there's just one less thing to worry about. It means we can teeter on the edge of power a little more. Yeah, I think the only thing is like ship greenhouse gases, which is like ship in greenhouse gases from elsewhere. It's like, okay, right? Oh no, here, yeah, import greenhouse gases improves atmosphere, and capture ice asteroids improves water. Special projects are available via the planetary view. Open, like, domeless farming, yeah, it's not going to happen anytime soon. We're working on it. And once we get this drone swarm done, it's going to be great. Yeah, make me an extra 170 drones, please, thanks. We're gonna need them. Okay, you've got 20 drones now. That's the remainder we had left. Just trying to keep these guys from having heavy drone loads because we keep seeing it pop up. Which means that there's too much stuff for them to try and get done. Ooh. Partners on Earth, looking to fund a hefty thing. What is this? Ah, it's a funding thing. That's fine. I mean, we do have the polymers, we can do it. Actually, I think we just did that, didn't we? To get more fun? I think we did. That's why it popped back up. Rare metals, anomalies. Let's go do this. Let's get you on it. We've got plenty of fuel. Let's get you on that. Just need 60 fuel and you'll be up and out. And then we'll send for more money. I mean, it takes an extra inventory of 100 fuel, though. That's a lot of fuel. 100 fuel is a lot of fuel. I don't know if we need that much. To an extent, every meteor shower would raise the temperature. True. I agree. But the thing is that Mars is slowly losing out on that because of its atmosphere. So in the end, it's probably just a wash. It's probably like, good enough, right? Not super great, not super bad. And with an empty payload. Overcrowded. Now you're broken over here, aren't you? You are, and we can't pick up these pieces until we get the... We need to get Proton there, pick up an RC transport, and bring it back with more electronic... Or, sorry, a whole bunch of parts. I want a whole bunch of parts for that. We can at the very least bring you in. I'd rather wait until this nonsense is over. Just in case we get to defend this territory. Defend our lands. It's like 800 and change right there. It's really good. I wonder if they actually take water. There's one that was like drilling on the water up here. They do! Wow, okay, that sucks. Holy smokes, that sucks. These things are just taking everything from us. I really want this mohole online. Water's going to have to be predominantly through vaporators then, if eventually we're going to have to worry about water. Only down to 75 more of them needed, though. Getting close on the parts. It's only, what, 3 days? Oh my gracious. 4 days. That's pretty good. Go ahead and we'll continue to outsource. So speed up our research. The sooner we get stuff researched, the sooner we can take advantage of it. There we go. Drone Swarm Online can hold up to 100 drones. Alright, cool. So again, we'll just continue to fabricate drones like crazy. And then whenever we see a, hey, I'm low on drones, I'm struggling, we'll go ahead and we'll just jam a bunch of drones in there. Give them like 10, 20 drones, and bam. Should solve their problems. Doing the sanatoriums. 2 people to work on. Wow, we've cured 153 people. That's crazy. It would be nice to get mind meld done. Or behavior mending done here. The reason I want that one done is that this way we can replace the flaw. Every flaw that we end up removing gets replaced with a perk instead. Which definitely could not hurt. That could only be beneficial for us. Goodness, I'm all sniffly. Alright. Oh my goodness, they've landed. Jeez. They're here. Oh, how did they actually land? Blamp. Blomp. Destroy. Destroy it. Remove it from this planet. Remove it from the planet. I don't know if these ones are actually digging out. Get her gone. Get her gone! Gone with you. Let's keep doing what you're doing, everyone. So I want to make it so we can do this too. We're working on it. Remove them all! Meteor Shower provide you with more metal resources? Yes, they do. They give you more metals. You can get metals, rare metals, polymers, and anomalies from them. But every time we pop one of these guys, we get 3 metals. 3 rare metals. Pop, pop, and... Pop, and... Pop, and... And... Finish him. There, please, and do that gracious. They're everywhere. Whirring and jurling like crazy. Look at them go! Dancy little robots. Oh my goodness. I mean, they look like wind turbines at this point.
Anomaly found.
Honestly, they just, just look like wind turbines up here. Ah, it sucks. They're gonna go take this too. At least this one's safe. Ah, not a cold wave. Dang it. But we have 2.57% temperature fixed. Gosh darn it. Why do we still have a cold wave? What is this? Alright, almost back to Earth. Once it's back to Earth, we're just going to pull a bunch of, like probably 100 machine parts and whatever left of electronics. And the RC transport, which should be fun. Someone's still landing there? Break those down. Where did those even come from? A competitor? No, they came from space. The mysterious, dark side of space. Alright, funding received. You've landed. Perfect. Cargo container. Send me an RC transport, because ours broke. 100 machine parts. And, okay, I guess that's it. And I guess nothing else. Okay, launch that on over. It'll take about 3 days for that to get here. Could we get that nuke to blow those things up? I mean, that'd be nice. I don't know why we don't just space laser them to death. Is this actually within range? That is. We'll move that one. Anything within range we should probably at least take out, right? Holy smokes, it's huge! What was that? Oh, it's just because I was zooming in on it. Okay. I was gonna say, gracious. If we can save a third of the materials in here by getting rid of that, let's do it. Get it done, everyone. Get it done. That cold wave is going to really, really suck here, though. Our power is going to really struggle. Actually, don't need the we don't need the machine parts. It looks like we're actually perfectly a-okay. Looks like we need more electronic parts than anything else. We need more power again. Okay. Another 6 for 60 more power. We'll just have to turn these all on to avoid us having issues. Does mean that we will need to do repair on it soon, but we have so many polymers now, I'm not worried anymore. India will trade what? 50 concrete for 18.5 electronics, but sure. Sold. Get on it. Go give them concrete. Why not? We make concrete from water. That is a perfectly fine trade, and we'll do it forever. 15 concrete for 18.5 electronic parts. Why not? We're going to want it. And besides, the fact that we're bringing in the extra 100 here, even though we're not going to need all 100, because this is actually going to be done probably by the time it lands, the advantage on that is then we can start looking at upgrading this to get to the next step, which is going to require another 200 machine parts. So if we already have 100 coming in by the time this is done, that's going to be very advantageous for us. So we get to have all the same. So no worries there. Sector scanned. We found Buggeral. Okay. Now keep on searching, please. Alright. So we got plenty of power coming in because we have the Stirling engines open. Again, maintenance on those because I'm not too worried about because we'll be fine. Looks like we have 49 unemployed people. See if we can figure out what to do with them. 49 unemployed people. Holy moly, okay. Oh, this needs a second shift because it broke down and got rebuilt, so that means we need to reset it. So the grocer will be... That explains why that grocer didn't have... Okay, let's see. I see. Sanatorium has as many people as it can get, I guess. Well, this is as many people as eligible. Yeah, this thing's almost completely extracted. That was quick. Okay. Look at... Yeah, it's too far. We can't quite get there. No deposit. You could always get another polymer factory and just start trading polymers to Space-Y. Space-Y is always buying polymers. For food. Such a weird thought for a trade. Here, have some plastic. Now give me some real food. Give them, like, plastic flamingos and like, burgers and whatnot in exchange for actual food. I think the main thing is we should just get into their factory online, truly. Let's get another parts factory on. For the 33 people in here. We're going to want to blitz through a lot of parts production because we're going to want to get this mohole up to very, very high level. It doesn't actually require anyone to be here, which is nice. It's completely automated. Capture meteorites. Nice. The captured meteorites are coming in. Ah, Voro, how are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Yes, indeed. Hopefully you had a good day. They probably use it to create plastic guns. Ah, there you go. Because that's how they deal with all... Okay. I think it would be really cool in the future. Because in the future, war is not really going to be something where, like, humans are going to feasibly be able to, like, you know, reasonably do. So I like the idea of, like, professional haptic suits, full VR controlled soldiers running around with, like, you know, in a game, and or like mechanical event box, like, you know, battlefieldy thing, right? Essentially, it's paintball, but everyone's controlling a robot, right? I think that would be awesome. That'd be a great way to deal with future conflict and the like. Without actually going to, like, real conflict. Ooh, these incoming meteors dangerous. So basically sorted online. What? Oh my good gracious, that was a bad shot. Did it break anything? We're fine. Yeah, it's still drilling. Yeah, it seems to be okay. Yeah, they're still drilling. They haven't stopped yet. They're still whirling around. Sword Art Online wasn't for war stuff. Wasn't there a movie or something that did that? Milestone achieved. A wonder. Nice. Mohole upgrades. Uses more power, but brings out more stuff. So per day we get 20 and 50. It's really good. It would become digital warfare. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Alright, debriefing. We got behavioral mending too. That's good. Let's get that built in here. So we can swap out flaws for perks.
The dredgers are retreating.
As suddenly as they fell upon us, the alien vessels have taken off all at once. Our scientists are just starting to estimate the exact amount of precious resources that have been irreparably lost. But the preliminary results are promising. We survived. Pleased with our performance, the Monitoring Council of our sponsor offers us their financial support as a stimulus. In fact, you destroyed 13 dredgers during the mass landing. Based on the dredgers destroyed, the mission sponsor provided a bounty of 100 million per. We'll do it again if we have to. Interesting. Okay. That works. Isn't your rover doing nothing? Oh, this one's broken. This has been destroyed, salvaged for materials. And this one's broken as well. But this one just is malfunctioned. So we just need to get our RC controller over there to get that fixed up. Get you landing here. You're the one that went and got the asteroids to land for us. It's good.
Meteor incoming.
A meteor. Oh. Why did we care about that? Oh my goodness, polymers. Hello. Free polymers? I mean, we actually don't care too much about polymers anymore. We're making so many. We make a lot of polymers. But yeah, now we're making an insane amount of machine parts. This will be really, really good. So we can upgrade this for 200, another 400, and an astonishing 800. But this gives us 50% more metal. So that'll give us 75 output, which is nuts, and another 5. So it'll be 75 and 25 if we do this. We're going to start generating an insane amount of waste rock, though. It's not ideal. Some waste rock deposits here. We'll also put like a baby dumping spot here. Oh, yeah, we can put a baby dumping spot here. What's 105? It's not too bad. Rip more apartments? What? 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 Why? Gracious. At least it doesn't... It's not like... Rebuilding them isn't bankrupting us, but it's annoying. Gracious. There goes the senior living centers. No! Grandma! Oh my goodness. I can't believe they keep breaking all of the buildings. They're just gonna kill people eventually because of it. They should feel ashamed of themselves.
Anomaly found.
Nice. Instantly malfunctioned again? Wow, that was... I was lucky that we were over here to go and deal with it. So it malfunctioned for one reason and then got dusty again. So it malfunctioned a second time. It's a good thing we were over here.
Sector scanned.
A heavy drone load, you say? Well, don't you mind if I do? We now have 20 drones. Congratulations. You shouldn't be heavily over-droned anymore. 14 drones and you're still struggling. You have 20 drones now. You should be okay. Wouldn't their renegade status be considered a flaw that needs to be fixed? That's what my first thought was the first time we ran into renegades, and it isn't, which is really annoying. Like, that's actually really frustrating that that is not the case. We should probably go... Oh, yeah, because if we want to charge here... Yeah, we really, really do. So let's make sure we've got... a domed passageway. Oh, we can't because of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of it. Can I not get this here? Oh, it's too tight. Never mind. Well, never mind then. You can have your tiny dumping stockpile here. That's perfectly fine. Seems to be focusing on dumping over here, though. The drone hub was over-dronesing. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's literally exactly what the problem was. Okay, we have so much waste rock, it's becoming an issue again. You need to be repaired now. You need to be repaired soon, too. Go over here. How's it going, Gagao? How are you today? Add a charger? Easy? Yeah. We'll just have to add one later. That's fine. It doesn't seem to be too urgent yet. Get around to it later, it's fine. Research. Yes, we're getting the convectors. Get the carbonate processor in here as well. Get that online. Doing okay-ish? I'm doing pretty well. At least you're doing ish on the okay spectrum. That's good. As long as you're not squarely out of the okay section. We're still dealing with housing problems and work problems too. They didn't really solve the issue. Postpone it to something else. I don't want all these. We'll outsource another round of it. When we get another slot there, we need to go ahead and put farming in there, just so we can start doing it ourselves. We still have 1k food, but we get to have transport there? Maybe. Rockets are 99. Yeah, let's get this to land. Good point. Good point. Lander! That's so they don't end up in the... like the naive Americans. What'd you do with all the Martian aliens? Yeah, they left. They knew not to be poking around, and then they stole all of our metal. Those absolute monsters. It's our third transport, by the way. It's our third transport, by the way. Hook up all you can. Drop it off there. What are we working on? Okay, so this will be done actually like almost immediately, right? Yeah, we'll be done in a day. Nice. I love how fast we're researching. I'm like actually super tempted to just get another Hawking Institute in here. Having 33 people that need a job. Let's get another one in here. Let's get another Hawking Institute in here. Okay, we've removed all of the metals. Go break that down, please. Thank you. This thing still says something's gonna land here. Nothing can extract at that range, yeah? Yeah, it's too far. Break it apart, we don't need it. Okay. Break them down. Let's get another Hawking Institute in here. The Hawking Institute of Extreme Science. Okay, that thing is done. Another Hawking Institute. More research, researching faster. You'd be tempted by 0 maintenance costs. Oh my goodness, 0 maintenance costs would be crazy. Imagine if you paid the aliens under the table, they would have stayed. Oh my, that'd be crazy. Just pay them under the table to go and steal metal from everyone else's place, and then give a little bit back to us. It'd be great. Well, this thing's awesome. This whole area increases the local temperature in cold areas and protects nearby buildings from cold weather. This should have gone where the mole hole is. That would have actually been perfect. Oh, gosh darn it. We want it right here. This is actually the ideal location. I need all this stuff moved. I need all this moved. Martian resilience completed. Nice. We want to nestle it in as much as we can. Right here. And then from here we can go ahead and we can get a pipe from here to here. Power line's hooked up. But if we can get this thing built, if we can get this core heat converter online, we can get rid of our smaller whatchamacallits. It'll be good. And it costs, what, 50 power to run? Yeah, 50 power and 10 water. Wow, okay then. Jeez, that's a lot. Alright, well at least it will save us from having this one be 25 power and 56 or 76. So we'll be saving essentially 50 power by running this thing instead. But that's a lot of water. Holy moly, jeez. Okay. You'll need to protect the waste rock? Nah, we need to just move the waste rock out of the way. It's in the way of this new construction. We need to get rid of it, really. You can use the water right there. Oh yeah, that's right. We have. That's right. We can just try and extract from here. Let's go. Let's remove these as well then. Let's get you here and see if you can help with moving stuff back and forth. Perfect. Blam. How's it going, Macros? What's new? Colony's still thriving. We're doing okay. We're getting into a pretty stable situation here. We have constant income of metals, so it's good. We made it through the mysterious event stuff, so everything seems to have calmed down a smidgen. It's now down to production. There's just production bottlenecks is all we're left at. Doing pretty well, though. Population is becoming a real pain in the butt, though. I think we are going to delete all this and put another dome right here. And we'll put another dome like right here. We don't need to get this kind of metal anymore because we're going to be making more than we're ever going to need. At least we should. As long as we're doing it right. Yeah, look at that, just how busy they all are. Move all this waste rock. So now we're lending a hand with all these robots here. That'll lend a hand with dropping all of this waste rock off. So we can build this. Again, once it's built, then we'll get this extractor over here too. We can technically just go ahead and build it right now, huh? Oh, we don't have deep water extraction yet, do we? Deep metal and deep water. Okay. We'll need to get those researched. We'll get them done collectively together, the two of them, in 4 days. Oh, a little over 4 days. A little over 2 days. Yeah, 4 days. Yeah, a little over 4 days. Can't wait for CK3 to be available for purchase. It is right now. Macros, you can go jump on CK3 right now if you wanted to. We are going to wait until tomorrow, though. But it is up and running. A lot of people are streaming it right now. But I want to stick to our schedule if we can help it. Unless you're in Australia, you've heard? Really? Wait, what? Revenge, why? What do they have against Australia? Why do the Aussies have to wait? That's crazy. Nope, you can't. What? Rude. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look how fast this builds. Great. Australia not available? What? Ratings board is so slow. Oh, that's right. The Australian rating board for games is very slow. Yeah, it's always an issue. Alright, let's close those all up. There we go. 300 power back. Bam. Look at this pile. So precariously jenged. Well, hopefully they speed up, 'cause goodness gracious. You guys deserve the right to go and mess around in ancient Europe. Could use VPN and bypass it, potentially. Yeah, you could, but, you know.
Sector scanned.
It'd also be good if, like, you know, the approval board gets a lot of bad rap for it. I mean, more so than they do currently. And end up changing their policies to speed things up. Bam! It's online. And now we're just cranking heat up. So we've got 0.4 coming from the heat convectors, and we have 0.5 coming from the GHG factories. So this is good. It's really good. So we're at a water deficit now. That's fine. Should be fine. Okay, we'll get a vaporator here.
Meteor incoming.
Put a vaporator here. I don't know if I can squeeze a vaporator in here. I can. Nice. These 3 vaporators upgraded will get us closer. Another. Okay, well, it did its job. There's 90 material here for us. $90 material there. Goodness, look at all this metal too. Just have a lot of metal. It's good. We're gonna need to get that deep storage going soon. A little bit longer, we'll get that deep storage started. Rip subsurface heaters, yeah. Don't need them anymore. These 2 subsurface heaters can go. 'Cause anything within this range is gonna be nice and toasty. Although it looks like it's actually cutting even into here. Amazing. This one will still need to be here for turning this back on when it, yeah, like that, when it freezes. So we'll turn this on, so it'll turn this on, so we'll be able to go and mine out the remaining concrete. Once all this concrete's done, then we'll just delete this stuff here. Probably build another fueling depot or something. Get them all the new ones to get hydroscopic coating on there. Good to go. I need a new spot to vaporate at. Stop stealing my metals. It's not as bad anymore. What? Oh, this apartment complex is broken, but it doesn't look broken. It's awkward. 70 homeless people. Holy smokes, okay. Let me get that done. Can't outsource tech yet. Alright. Although we're going to set Proton and Visota on constant missions back to... That doesn't matter. We can send you two. We'll send Vinette over there as well to be completely filled up with rare metals and then do a trip to drop off the rare metals. Because we're going to have a lot of rare metals stockpiling now. And it takes such a long time to get there and back because we're playing as Russia. Should be okay. We can extract deep metals now. So it should be okay if we have these three stockpile up and then go. Should be fine. You need repairs now too. Wow. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. That is just a doomed corner over there, huh? So which mystery did we end up rolling? We ended up getting the Dredgers mystery. We got the Dredgers. We're still struggling on water. Not really, but, you know, we still could use some more water. Where else do we want to start? Like, we need to start thinking about expanding. I really do. Oh, that one? Yeah, do we get anything once they leave? They, like, all left. And that seems like that's it. We didn't really get anything. Didn't really get anything for it. So I'm not really all that sure what that means, you know? Oh. Yeah, we're still low on power bit. Just like Dust Storm. The Dust Storms are fine. Because again, they speed these up. But we really are going to need to get a new dome. So let's go ahead and let's get the drone hub online. Once we can build drone hubs, we're just going to delete this drone hub. We're going to take all the drones out of here, delete the drone hub, delete this line, put in the new mega dome right here. Then we can put a new drone hub back in. That'll be pretty good. No clue. Only saw it on another stream for the game. So you knew what it was, and that's kind of it. Yeah, rip water production. Oh my goodness, rip water production. No kidding. Yikes. Well, we're working on deep water. We were working on deep water. Let's put that back at the top. So we can extract from there. In the meantime, we'll just, yeah. Let's get another one of these. let's get a second one in the meantime, just in case. So we're losing 17.8 per gracious. Ooh, that's a bit too much water loss for me. We'll get this deep one online soon, though. But this deep one, it's got 100,000 water in it, so it should be fine. Between these and the vaporators, will be okay. Honestly, I kind of want to just like scoot through this as much as I can first. So was what, 6 and... or 4 and 6-2. We'll see. Really need to go to bed, but you can't stop playing CK3. That's the thing I'm worried about. That game's going to be just like any other Paradox game. Or really any of these kind of buildery, you know, mess around kind of games. You can get sucked right into them, and then that's kind of that. We're going to turn this thing off so we actually have some water coming in. Domes have no life support. Don't know what you're talking about. There's plenty of life support. I'm not sure what you're talking about. We seem to be perfectly A-okay. Don't worry, Macros will be okay. We seem to be doing okay so far. We seem to hold on tight, that's all. We just need to keep holding on tight. We'll make it. Although there's no... Oh. Oh, I get it now. That's not good. Oh, that's really bad. Uh-oh. Yikes. Okay. Quickly. Emergency. Build me hydroponics. Build them right now. Build me hydroponics. We'll make some kelp. We'll make some kelp. Don't worry, everyone. We'll make some kelp. And everyone's going to feel so much better. We're just going to make a smidgen of kelp, and it's going to be amazing. Farmers make you happier. We'll get... We'll take Home Collective out. We need the utility crops. I need the utility crops so we can actually start doing algae instead, which is 1 oxygen per. You need redundant O2? Yeah, we do. Oh, goodness. I need you to oot and scoot out of here. Come on, drones. Woohoo! That was close. Oh, it was a little close. A little close for comfort there. We need a new O2 tank. Uneven terrain? I'll uneven your terrain. Okay. Kelp. 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 Okay. Some O2 is being made. Not enough, though. I don't know when this gets turned back on. We haven't had the thing pop up saying our colonists are suffocating.
Resources are low.
Okay, some of them were able to breathe. Whew. If everyone takes turns suffocating to death, we should be okay. Oh my goodness, we have so many parts.
Colonist has died.
Oh, this is bad. But in the meantime, this only takes 200 parts. We're just gonna get that done. Well, that number's gonna go up really, really high, really, really fast. But hey, we still have 43 homeless. Oh no. Is this online again? Okay. No? Okay, oxygen's online. Everyone can breathe. They're still angry about not having a house. Well, you know what? Too bad. Done. We only lost 15 people. It's not too bad. Could have been way worse. It could have been way worse.
Meteor incoming.
Upgrade. I wasn't gonna hit anyone. Whoa, there's a bunch of electronics over here?
Has died.
Wow. How are there just electronics out there? Okay. Grab those. Yeah, let's just go and upgrade that. The marker just south of the giant dome, you mean? Should explore the blue marker with the robot to finally finish the dredger thing. No, this one's just stuck here. I don't know what's going on with that. It just seems to want to sit there and do nothing. Don't know why.
Sector scanned.
Okay, 9 more hours of this. We'll be fine. But yeah, having this extra storage tank here is going to be really important. That was a good call. We do need to diversify where we're storing everything. Might it be a bug? I think it's just a bug. That's fine. It's not like an annoying one. I'm just ignoring it now. It seems to be fine. Or it's still not done? Ooh, I hope it's done. That'd be bad if it wasn't. Last export was... soul to... Okay, I see. Not how many souls ago. Okay. Still some buildings that aren't open right now. Fuel refineries, concrete extractor, recharge station, moisture vaporator. These things should be turning on. Accumulators. Why are these still off? Lightning. Okay, that's fine. Oh my goodness, look at them all. They must have been all... Okay, so they are all stocked up on metals, and they all flew off. So we're having them do circuits right now, just so we get a whole bunch of money. Eventually we'll just have one of them go land on Earth and wait on Earth and be able to bring back whatever we need. Whatever random thingamabobber it is we want. Yeah, we're already at 100 and we still have 200 and change. Nice. We'll probably change this over to electronics, honestly. Or should we change this over to electronics? Why not? We still have 31 free people. We have 31 people frolicking around having fun and not working on producing all of the electronics. Okay, so let's get this electronics plant online. Once the electronic factory is online, we'll start churning out even more electronics. I think we're pretty stable now. We just have to open up our Stirling engines to survive cold snaps, but otherwise we're pretty good. Space is full. Yeah, makes sense. Concrete depot. Keep that going. There we go. Do you have a single huge driller yet? What do you mean by a huge driller? I'm having a quick peek at the mystery log, just so far as they're gone. For the chain, did a quick Google for the mystery, and it seems to be quite a few steps in total. The dredgers. No, I've not seen a single huge one. That's terrifying. But here's the event log, so you can see kind of what we've done. Yeah, so we had a bunch of them, and we survived the dredger invasion. So far, so good. They like land with a dredger, and it's like, this dredger's gonna take up this space of the map. It's like, what? It's gonna what? Where are you going? You're still getting food, yeah? Yeah.
Dredgers detected.
Ravage, how dare you? Ravage Mark II, how dare you, how dare you bring up dredgers? And instantly dredgers pop up. How dare you? Good gracious. The dredger popping up. It's fine, we can manually get rid of that. It's within our range. Alright, you. I have a feeling all this hasn't been picked up yet. No, not by a long shot. Dredgers, the Leviathan rises.
Red alert. We have a massive object converging with Mars on a collision course.
Our readings confirm that it is a dredger, but its size, there is no mistake. Unfortunately, if we leave this massive dredger unchecked, it could be It could have a disastrous impact on our metal supply. On the other hand, our tactical advisor supposes that the arrival of the new dredger may be the cause for the threat our actions prove to the aliens' mining operation. At the end, the decision is how we address the new situations. The new situation was obvious. Just when we thought we survived the worst, a huge dredger will land on Mars in 5 sols. Hint, you can dismantle incoming dredgers using drones. Cosmos, help us. Are the dredgers, are the dredgers in Revenge's payroll? Maybe. Revenge is paying off the dredgers to sabotage our efforts. Maybe. 2 polymers, turn this thing back on.
Sector scanned.
Select a sector to scan. It's fine. Huh, that was 4? Must have accidentally hit that. Don't know why that one's down there. But okay. I want more research. More of it. Use more of this money that we're starting to pick up from just doing back and forth runs to keep our research moving at full blast if we can help it. Open up these shifts. Forgot to open these up a while ago. It's a good amount more research here. Rank up that research. An officer. Do we have full officers? We do. Still says we don't have enough though. We're working on scientists and engineers still. Makes sense. We're still working on prefabs. Okay. Looks like we have 48 prefabs. Nice. Okay, so what do you do once you come back here? Okay, you're piling a waste rock here because I don't know why, and then you're dumping these polymers. Okay, metals and then polymers. Okay, and then you're going back to the transporter. Okay, good. Just want to make sure. It's fine. How many drones do you have available? You needing them to support inbound one after it lands, or just ignore it long enough? Your choice. Yeah, we've got a good handful of drones. Our drone count is almost 100. Almost 100 drones. And that's before they're active. This only is we have 103 active drones. Okay. This one go here. This one's probably this one has 0 drones. Okay. Let's get 10 drones on there just so we can get some work done in that area. Whatever that work may be, still be good to have. 10 here. 10 here. We'll get more prefabs and we'll drop off more drones elsewhere. 10% temp? Yeah, we're rocking it with temp now. And again, I'm really liking that this thing heats up this whole space. That's huge. It's so good for us. We really needed it. It was very important.
Sector scanned. Anomaly.
Anomaly found. Ooh. Discover new techs. Well, there's no new technologies for us to discover, so hopefully it gives us a new breakthrough. That'd be nice. Alright, so we almost have the advanced utilization for crops, which will be great, because then we'll be able to get algae instead of kelp, which will be a 1 oxygen per hydroponics bay, as opposed to 0.5 oxygen per hydroponics bay. So hopefully we won't need them, but now we can have them in an emergency.
Research complete.
Utility crops. Algae. Reduce oxygen consumption 1, reduce oxygen consumption 0.5. Looks like that's the only thing we get from this upgrade. Worth it though, because that means that this dome that requires 4 now only requires 1, because we have the algae here. I was like, wait a second, why does it only require 1? It normally requires 4. Soon liquid water will be available? Yes! Then we'll be able to, we'll make some lakes and we'll just have water start appearing from lakes. Slowly but surely we're moving along.
Research complete. Anomaly analyzed.
Nice. Deep water. Once we get the carbonate processors online, we'll start working on the atmosphere as well. Really do want to get this online, but it's just really expensive. All resistances with the farm. Resistance in the dome increase. It's really good. We'll focus on soil adaptation next. It's important that we get that up and running. We're already at 200 parts again. Oh, when we're at 300 and change, we'll swap that over. Reminds you a bit of a UFO after night, when you can see that all the parts of your territory due to the flooding. It was your terraform Mars. Hey, there we go. It's kind of fun. So we still have 1 unworking peoples and 30 peoples at home. Let's say the drone hub will go ahead and we'll redo this. Again, it comes back to the where's the ×4 speed or ×5 speed button that we really, really do need. Don't know. Oh well. Alright, impact 5 hours. Alright, we're just gonna wait for this cooldown here. This, or countdown, not cooldown. We're just gonna wait for this countdown. There's not much else for us to work on at the moment, we're just kind of waiting. We're just kind of waiting it out. Third game in the UFO after Trilogy and XCOM style games. Oh man, I haven't played any XCOM games before, but I think I would really enjoy it. It's just another one of those games to put on the to eventually play list.
We have a food shortage.
Oh my goodness, how do we have a food shortage? Okay, the only way we have a food shortage is because this thing right here is being a dingbat and needs more drones. So we'll add whatever drones we have to it. Because it's not bringing the food where it needs to be brought. That's the only reason why we'd have anyone that needs food. So we'll just go put more people in control there. But yeah, no, I think I'd really like playing XCOM games. So we need to put them in the vote rotation at some point here. You still have PlayStation 2 stuff you want to resume, finish, or start? Oh my goodness, that's the problem. There's just too many games out there now. Like, oh my goodness, Ravage, it's insane. There's just so many games out there now that we can't get to them all. We have to pick and choose what we're even gonna attempt to get to. I will start working on the next level of extractor. So might as well. Never mind, PlayStation 3 and 4 and Steam. Oh my, yeah, you bring Steam in, then you're in trouble. There do be many games out there. Yeah, there do be. It's true. You got a dozen. You got dozen games and books to burn through. And the main thing is, like, you need to find time in which time, like, where time doesn't exist, right? Because even if you're
Funding received.
nice funding received, bringing in more monies. It's one of those things that once you sit down and realize, just like out of all the books, games, movies, TV shows, like this, that, and the next thing you want to like watch, do, or read, right? Watch, play, or read. You don't have enough time to do all of it. Even if that's all you ever did, like every day, there's just no way. You can't. You have to curate what you're going to do these days. There's no options for that. All right, where is it? Oh, the Dreadnought. Huh. Can you pet it? I mean, sure. I think we just get this thing removed, right? Don't tell me. Okay, there's another grocery store. They keep blowing up grocery stores. What's wrong with these guys? Let's get this both online. We're gonna need more power if we do this, but I think... Oh! It's spooky when you have the little red stuff doing that. Yikes. Our little drones get to work. You delete this and there's a massive explosion. Part of the colony has been wiped out.
Sector scanned. We have a food shortage.
Good gracious. Actually, we're going to start moving towards a food shortage. Uh-oh, I just realized... Yeah, no, we are going to start moving towards a food shortage. We don't have enough food income. How long until we get... yikes, it's going to be a long time. Okay. In which case, instead of algae here, we can still open up the jobs. Four soul, some more water, less oxygen give. So 4 soul, 0.5, 4 soul, 0.6 water. Still more food. Okay, so we're just gonna have them all work on vegetables. Just try and use them to attempt to offset our usage here while we're trading. I want to see this thing pop. Or poof, or whatever's going to happen to it. What happens to this big thing while we have all our drones down here going crazy? What will happen? Starvation, hooray? I don't know how they keep starving themselves. It's really ridiculous. They should not be starving. We have plenty of food. They just need to get to it. I think that's the hardest part, is they just don't know how to get it. I think it's because our drones just... We're still struggling on drones. Alright, I just want to make sure that we can take care of this thing. Get rid of the renegade perks. Yeah, I don't know how you can do that. Because the like what lets you get rid of flaws doesn't get rid of blam. Space Invaders achievement unlocked. Complete the Dredger mystery. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of electronic parts. Sick. Oh my goodness, a lot of electronic parts. Localized... What? Localized terraforming was just unlocked? What? Huh, okay, I don't know. Sure.
We all watched as the dredger collapsed into a blazing inferno. A spectacular end. While some at Mission Control cheered, others simply stared, their concerns unvoiced.
The comm feed from the dying dredger reported a singular message broadcast toward the Colonies cluster. Retreat. Retreat. Others may wonder, but you know deep inside that you beheaded the beast. The other dredgers won't be coming back. Somehow, you don't feel like the victor. You stand silent as you ask yourself one question. Have we defeated a dangerous enemy, or rebuffed a potential ally? Effect: Xeno-extraction technology is available for research at 50% cost reduction. Ah, granted new technology, localized terraforming. I see. It's a singular broadcast, message broadcasting towards the Colonies cluster. Retreat, retreat. Oh man, it just makes me think of Halo 2. It's just sending one message: regret, regret, regret. What does it mean? Dear humanity, we regret. That's so funny. What is this? Water extractors, concrete extractors, metal extractors, and rare metal extractors gain 50% bonus production. Dang. Holy what? Yeah, I'll put that on the to-do list. That sounds pretty good to me. It's good. Johnson's the best part of Halo. Oh my goodness, this is so good. So good. Johnson is like such a great character for Halo. I am looking forward to playing through those games at some point, but that's not going to be anytime soon. We still have to wait quite a while for that one. There are too many other games that are kind of on top of that. He's a solid one, yeah. The other conclusion doesn't have a 50% discount on the tech. Oh, okay. So the other conclusion is letting him just mine it all out, right? Like just not bugging him. You're partial to the character from the books? Well, the books are just better. Yep, okay. Kind of curious, what do you get if you don't delete the thing off the face of Mars? If you don't savagely destroy it. They're starving again. What are you doing? Just go eat somewhere. Oh, they must just be at we don't have enough places for them to go pick up food. Yeah, they're crowding this place like it's the only place in the we gotta get this back online because gracious. There's almost an entire book about Johnson. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. He's just such a good character. They want more shopping, dining, gaming. The careful chorus of Drudger communications is too confusing to understand, but this is pointless as their behavior clearly marks their intentions. Their visual feed on Colonies cluster shows thousands of bright dots light in the sky as a swarm of dredgers break its silence. The satellites track their movement. The swarm gathers around the massive dredger, and the alien vessels head towards the end of the solar system. Oh, they just leave. The dredgers, they just leave. Okay. Well, that's disappointing. All right. Bring him down. Part 2. He failed to destroy the massive dredger, and the colony will pay the price in the months to come. But maybe this is for the better. Maybe today humanity avoided retribution from the unknown creators of the dredgers, or started on the path of cooperation, maybe even friendship. When the next generations reach the stars, maybe. Or, hello you. Or we just, got rid of a big nuisance. Don't hit my polymers, you. My goodness, look at all these parts that are just strewn around here. What is this? It's just a polymer here. Polymer there. What? Good gracious, good thing we have these lasers. Let's flatten
on you.
Meteor incoming.
It'll automatically do it on its own. The drones will help speed it up, but it'll take care of it itself otherwise. I'm gonna flatten this stuff out. Yep, the dredgers remind you of the clockwork horrors from D&D. Strip a region bare of metals and such with mechanical efficiency. Oh yeah, like the mechanical spiders and rats, yeah. And they just essentially are locusts, but for metal, not for vegetation. Yeah, it's kind of creepy. So we're definitely working on that, and it's good. But I would like us to pop that to the top here. Outsource again. Okay, we're definitely missing jobs here.
A food shortage.
Stop having food shortages. It's bad for your health. I feel like we're producing enough parts. We have so many electronics. You know what? Let's just make some more Sterlings. We can easily afford them now. Easily afford a couple of extra Sterling engines in here. Ooh, nice.
Meteor incoming.
And fine. It should be fine. We should be blocking that. Or just where we can slam them in. Lab cleaning. Word scientists have found spying devices in one. Oh. Oh, that's... Welp. Yeah, we're losing food. So it looks like we've got people spying on us. So we can close everything down, or output of research goes down for a bit. We'll just close down research for 2 days, that's fine. Yeah, we need to get on top of food, you're right. We're dropping food, even while we're buying food. We're not buying enough. We'll have to get that sorted. Top tier 1 was CR18 version that casts Disintegrate at will. That doesn't help with getting the metal resources for the collective. That just removes them from the world. What a waste. What a bad clockwork robot. Deleting something that could be useful. How absolutely dare they, right? Goodness. Okay, so with the Meteor Storm coming in, again, not too worried. As long as they don't have 2 meteors landing in the same zone, being attacked by the same MDS back-to-back, we should be okay. These cold waves are among a thing of the past. Yeah, they're pretty much among a thing of the past. This is definitely helping out. Uncover rich underground metal deposit. Oh, cool. All right. Well, we'll get around to it. We'll get there eventually.
We have a food shortage.
Yeah.
Meteor incoming.
Yeah. Delete those piles, please.
Resources are low.
We're gonna get this automated storage online, so I want to redo our storage setup. I want our storage setup to be better. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put our automated storage in on this side here, right here. So pretty good. So we're getting 2K, so we're 2 days out. But at least have it where this stuff will get picked up and dropped off at wherever available space there is to hold it for now.
Sector scanned.
Sector scanned. No anomalies found. Okay. Start moving this way around. Perfect. Yeah, I think this is bugged out, guys. Got a feeling it's bugged. True, basically, when that thing shows up, mining isn't the goal, it's threat removal, aka your group of adventurers. Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah, I agree with that. It's more there to remove the threats so that all the other things can go take care of the mining and whatnot that they need to. But yeah, we really need to get this stuff online. Good gracious. Is it closed for a couple days? It's fine. Yeah, so we... Is there a way to have higher cargo for shipping metals back? This rare metal extractor increases output and Xeno extraction. And then... Oh my gracious. There's a lot of rare metals coming in here in a second. Holy smokes, that's gonna be crazy. Okay. Well then. So now electronic parts are not the problem, but parts are the problem. So go ahead and we'll remove this electronics factory and we'll put the parts factory in here. That's fine. Easy fixes.
We have a food shortage.
Why do we have 28 people that don't have a job? I don't know how this works. Like, I've got a job that needs to get done. Like, I've got plenty of places that people could be working at. But they're just not. I don't know why. Never heard of them actually getting used in D&D campaigns, though. But it could just have missed those campaign retellings. Yeah, no, I've never used Clockwork Horrors or even really Clockwork anything in any of the D&D games I run. Never really found a good place for them to be introduced. Let's get them in there. Yeah, it really is just a lot more shopping. This is when you get scrubbers to reduce the use of machine parts. Most of the machine parts are actually just getting absorbed by this. But you're right. Eberron's setting might work well, though. Yeah, that would make sense. Although I did come my own setup and setting and whatnot, but yeah. Alright, automated storage. Here we go. What is this? The mohole isn't... What? Huh. Alright, storage, big metal storage.
Research complete.
Terraforming amplification. Good. So many things I want. so many things I want. So many things I need. Get those online. So we'll get this thing built, and then we'll get all this metal put in there, and then we'll do a concrete one and a food one, and we'll just go down the list here, and then we'll essentially just delete this out, and then things will get delivered instead of to this little storage setup. They'll get delivered here, or at least we can reset the priorities. I'm all set here. Perfect, so that'll work. And then we're gonna need the power cable. That's not gonna work. Uh-oh. Hang on, I gotta find a place I can sneak a power cable out, because we've made this pretty snug. Yeah, it looks like the power cable's gonna have to come out here. Let's go delete this.
Funding received.
Okay, there we go. Get to work with that. Just scoot the stuff around. Now when we take a look here, we really only had that there because we could. Not that we needed it, because we have one here and one here, that's fine. Right, that'll work. They're all just hanging out on top of the geyser. Scoot them down. We'll scoot, actually, you know, let's scoot these guys over here, honestly. It's probably a good spot to have this rover hang out. Oh, looks like we already had this protruding up here. Didn't need to go and set that up there. Ah, well, so it goes. Good morning, Robbie. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well this fine morning. Could work in almost any setting, really. Have them like the dredgers. It came from the stars. Actually, I probably would do clockwork robots and whatnot in D&D. Carbonate processor. Nice. What is the thing we needed for this? Oh. Deep scan. Nice. What I would probably do instead is I would probably spin it more of the it came from down deep below. Dun dun dun. Who knows what's down there? But that's I would probably have, like, instead of from the stars, I'd have it be from below. Hey, Boo Raz, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome. Hopefully you're having a good one. Construct them on Mars. Smart homes, accumulators. God, what should we do next? I mean, some of these are really, really long researches. Are there any cheap researches we should be focusing on? There might be. Field generator, we'll do later. Water, it's not that important. Really isn't much down here, I guess. Tourists pay more, can't do them. Because of the mode we're playing. I guess we can do advanced rocketry, which we can build them here. Deep scan. We're gonna do research amplification, that sounds pretty fun. Put that at the top of the list, so we can speed up our research output. That'd be pretty good. Oh, yes, that's the one, Delka. That's the one right there. That is the quote. Oh, such a good quote. Oh, man. From Sergeant Johnson in Halo 2. It's so good. And that's when I was talking earlier when the dredgers was saying retreat, retreat. And I was saying it reminds me of Halo 2 where it says regret, regret, regret. When the Prophet of Truth is calling out for help from the Prophet of Regret. And humanity, like, people are like, what? I don't know what that's all about. Sergeant Johnson, dear humanity, we regret being alien bastards. We regret coming to Earth. And we most definitely regret the Corps just blew up our raggedy-ass fleet. Oh, it's so good. Low power storage? Yeah, we should probably get better power storage, because we've got these rinky-dinky little accumulators. We can drop... We really don't need a collective, let's be honest. Let's go put that in line. Hoorah! That's exactly right. That's so good. Oh, man, he's got some of the best lines. They're not one-liners. He doesn't have really top-tier one-liners. Master Chief definitely has better one-liners. But, like, even, like, his first introduction in Halo 1, top tier. It's really good. He says you're trying to do something which doesn't work. No worries. We're doing well. How about you, Robbie? Or at least I'm doing well. Can't speak for everyone, to be sure. Everyone else is going to need to pitch on in if they want to give a quick update on how they're doing today. Yeah, we are struggling on power. But yeah, if we can get these better accumulators, that would really help. I want to get the upgrade for research, and then we can specifically push for this to be... We're just going to put scientists in here. That'd be specific scientists, because it looks like we are still struggling on having enough people to do jobs. So if that's the case, we'll specifically make it where only scientists go in here. And we'll have top priority. So all scientists will come here first. This is a top priority for anyone that comes in here, because we need to get anyone who's lazy or whatever, get that right up and out of your system. We have behavioral mending, so we'll swap out a flaw for a perk, as opposed to just swapping out a flaw, which is really good. Get those two built, please, just so we can speed up our production. This mohole is just about to be upgraded, so it's really good. We're still scheduled to make 83 of these. It's gonna be a while till we're done with those. The Master Chief has the best one-liners. Johnson has the best overall lines and quotes. I agree. I can agree with that. Don't you dare shoot the reactor, you monster. I need this thing. If that thing falls apart, we're gonna be in trouble. Although luckily, I think it's only electronics. Metal and concrete, right? Polymers and concrete. Okay, yeah, we got enough of all the things we need. That works fine. Let's turn those jobs on too. It's good. Alright, we just need a higher population now, so we're gonna need to get that new dome online. Did we get the drone hub? We did. Break it down. Demolish it. Remove it from this Terra building. Get it off Mars. Have it vanish. Like water in the wind. What was that circle? This circle? This circle? This dome? There are a lot of circles. This one is heating up this entire blued-in area and is trying to heat up Mars. As you can see, the overall temperature of Mars is rising. Once we get to 100%, we're perfect. This one over here is pulling minerals out from the deep, deep core of Mars as well, which is good. The blue one left of the dome. Oh, this circle? It's from a thing that was going on in which they were landing, and it's bugged out. It's just left over here. It's just bugged out now. Just assign them all over there. All right, let's go ahead and let's get this lined up and dined up. Oh, I can't get a big one in here, can I? It's uneven terrain. Oh, come on, game. Look at this. This blocks it now. I can't put it here because it's blocked. It's uneven terrain here. Let's remove these. Let's remove those and throw in a couple more storage spots for them because I guess we need them. Just dot these bad boys everywhere. Look at all the rocks we have just piling up around here. It's nuts. Click on the circle. You may be able to delete it. Nope. Nope, can't do it. Won't let me. Ah, well. We will learn to live with it. See if we can scoot above it. Break that, please. Yeah, so we have uneven terrain anyway. What do you mean uneven terrain? Maybe we can just go through here, I guess. Just flatten that out. Hopefully that works. Yeah, we'll just try and level the terrain. We'll see what happens. People are, oh no! We don't care if they're stealing these things anymore. We just have so much of it coming in. Look at all this rare metal. We can't actually ship it to Earth fast enough because we're playing as Russia, in which it takes 3 times the speed to get our... Oh, that's bad. Oh. that's bad. That's no good. Let's go get the electronic parts we need over here. That built. That repaired up.
Funding received.
Whoops. I'll get this thing fixed up and we'll be good to go. Funding received. So we're dropping stuff off on Earth. Mostly so we can just continue to outsource out our research. Get as fast as far as we can. And we now are just getting free metal, essentially. Like, it's stored 50 metal. We don't know what to do with it.
Resources are low.
Okay, store. Concrete is next. Okay, store. Food. Store our metals. Store polymers. Okay. Electronic components. Metal. Sorry, machine parts. Fuel. And can't do seeds yet. We need vegetation first. We'll get that built there later. Okay, so it looks like, what is this? Fuel? Which one's this one? I don't remember. If that's fuel,
Sector scanned.
that's machine parts. So that means that one won't be able to reach the machine parts spot. I was able to reach this one before. We can kind of research it. It might be enough. We'll see. Suppose we can make that one fuel instead. We're going to swap over to this. And this will allow us to store significantly more in a little bit less space. Have support issues because of power. Let's just get power back online for a moment here. What broke? Another apartment complex. Okay.
Research complete.
Still holding up. What's going on here? What's with these power fluctuations? How much power do these guys need? 1 power. It's not much. Come on. Should be fine. So it does look like we just need more accumulators. We need better accumulators. So let's get these accumulators to top tier then, or top position for us to work on. Yeah, if we want to amplify all 3 of these for 50% increased research production, it's going to have to happen. Anyone's allowed to take this job now. I really want to get our research just slamming. Let's get them on top of that over anything else. They just don't have anyone working in any of these jobs. I see. Okay. Let them even out a bit if they can.
Resources are low.
Just lower the priority of these again.
Great dust storm approaching.
Yeah, dust storm's coming in. So oxygen's what I'd be worried about, but it looks like we're going to be okay. Get rid of this pile. And all metals will start stockpiling here up to 4K. Then we'll need a new one, which we might need to. Your water? Ooh, wow, you're right. Yeah, because we broke this down and I didn't do anything and this needs to be repaired. Let's go ahead and let's get our water sorted. Deposit can't quite do that, can I? exits out on that side. Okay. So we can do this. Oh, can we just... Wait, what? Oh. Nope, don't do that. Alright, if I can do that. Yeah, it's the wire that can't, but yeah, we can just route that around there. And then for power...
Resources are low.
Okay. Okay. There we go. So that'll solve all of our water. We'll start extracting out of this 100,000 on top of what's left. Because there's only 200 and change here. There's no point in us focusing on that anymore. We're going to be out soon. This dust storm's here in 7 hours. So it's going to be bad. Yeah, water being at -8 is really, really bad. So we definitely want to get this online. We can go straight to using fuel because we have so much fuel. And it's free. Like, if we get this as a base upgrade for being Russia, we get to use fueled extractors immediately. So just increase how much we're pulling out by 30% on these guys. Just pull out significantly more power. Yeah, more water. Our protective protection is a total of 4. So they'll cool their jets once they get completely filled up in this tank. So we'll be good. Alright, good. Good catch, good catch. Okay, dust storm's here. So oxygen's the main thing I'm always worried about these days. What are we waiting on? Parts? Shouldn't be. Right, these are online. So we've got our polymers one, so we can go ahead and remove polymers. We've got our rare metals, so we can remove the metals. We've got our food, so we can remove these food ones that we have placed here, there, and everywhere. And this food. Concrete. Where is concrete?
Research complete.
It's concrete. Alright, atomic accumulators, perfect. We can get those guys online now. There's so much electronic parts. Good. Yeah, electronic parts is now prepped, so we can go ahead and delete this storage. Metal parts is not done, and fuel is not done. Those are the last two. We have to wait on being able to move those, but at least we can move everything else out of the initial shipping receiving location. Anomalies, here we go. We're going to need to have these guys stop their auto cycles. Sterling's where old storage was? Yeah, we could just make a line of Sterlings, it's true. We've got the production for it. We won't do it quite yet, but we can wait a bit. O2 -6. Nothing we can do about that. The oxygen's going to be down because we're in a dust storm. The only thing we could do is we can have these on and swap them over to algae. Which now it's only going to be -3. But we can't produce any during a dust storm like this. Yeah, nothing there. Not really surprised that that one's empty. I still want to scan them all, though. So we got our temperature up to 21 degrees now. We're doing quite well there. I can't remember what level we need to be at for liquid water. But we're getting close. Once these land, or at least... Oh yeah, there it is. This one's doing the back and forth. Once these guys land, we just need to make sure to stop them from immediately going back to Earth with another 30 rare metals and set them up for going on anomaly trips instead. Okay, we're just going to start blasting through research. It's going to be great. Yeah, we got the amplifiers on here for an additional 50% production. We still don't have a lot of people here. Weird. Well, we're just going to make it a top priority for the moment then. Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to be done soon. Break you apart. Polymer apart. And some concrete. Not too bad. Not too bad. Alright. Terraforming. Let's get these carbonate processors online because we have so much waste rock. It needs to get removed. We need to get rid of this waste rock quickly as we can. It's just so bad. We just have so much. I guess right here is not a bad spot for it. Put that there. Perfect. I think we're frozen water. Nah, we should be fine on water. It's not for. Oh, it's almost broken now. That could be bad. This is for fuel. Yes, for fuel. We just need to get it plugged in. Yeah, oh my goodness, look at all the... Okay, look at all the parts we need. Okay, this is done upgrading, so now we get 100 and we get 30 per day. Or 128 per day. 100 standard metals and 28 rare ones. Yeah, 8 vaporators are 10 vaporators are offline. That feels right. They're not allowed to be on during this time. Alright. Fuel storage is online. We'll go ahead and we'll drop that parts one anyway, just because we don't really have a lot of storage for it here. It'll get moved over there soon. Alright, this all cleaned up. And now we've got significantly larger storage containers. But yeah, this needs to be like top priority. Get this done. Well, it's not actually truly top priority because those are more important for us to get the parts over to. We should be fine with. Oh, that's my goodness. Just they're all doing research right now. How are we doing with research? What's this bringing us up to? Not quite 5K. Bring us to a low priority job again. I mean, while it's nice getting as much research as we are, it's important we have them working on other things right now. Get them in the parts facilities and the like. Get them back in parts and electronics production. Again, electronics I'm not worried about, but parts at the very least. So you need to get all this stuff repaired. They all require parts up here. A handful of these things just aren't going to work right now because of the dust storm, and that's perfectly fine. Wow, you've progressed far into this game? Oh yeah, we have, and it's been a slog playing at 790%. How are you doing, Fear Rider? Hopefully you're doing well. We're getting there. We're getting there. I think we're actually on the path for completion this time. I think we might have it. We got 228 colonists, only one homeless person. So pretty good so far. Oh, I didn't check before putting this down. Yeah. Delete that, please. Thank you. Looks like we figured out the uneven terrain issue. I think right here is probably fine. Far from drone hub, that's fine, because we need to put the drone hubs back in. We had a drone hub right here, but now we can actually build drone hubs. So we're going to go and place a couple drone hubs here. So put one here. We'll probably put one in the center here. Make sure it's overlapped so we have more workers over here. They're going to need the help. Okay. So we'll put these 3 drone controls in here. We'll go from there. What's your FPS? We're streaming at 48 FPS. But mine should be at 60. I stream at 40 because the issue is that if we end up going at 60, some games we have problems, but the biggest thing is for viewing. I mean, we're streaming at 1080, which for some people doesn't work because Twitch doesn't always allow us to have the ability to compress to watch something smaller than 1080, like 720 or anything else. So I keep the frames a little bit lower to try and help with that. But I'm doing pretty well, Fear Rider. I'm quite happy with how things are going. Glad we're done with the Dredger events. That was a little crazy. Luckily, it didn't really get too in the way on anything, except, I guess, this piece here that's just forever here now. You know. You can turn it on via settings, video, FPS, or something. For in-game content? I mean, I don't know if in-game stuff. Is there an FPS thing in here? Resolution percentage? FPS counter? Sure. Apply. 60. Run at 60. So there you go. There you go. You can see it. We're running at 60. Alright, outside drone control, but these guys can get picked up by drone control. Let's go ahead and... What is this? It's a massive pile of concrete. Okay. Sure. Why not? What's this one that has that? I see. So if we had a universal storage right here, this should hit pretty much all of them, yeah? Not quite. We need to scoot it down 1. And scoot down 2 here. Yeah, it looks like all of them can reach that there. So it'll be a spot that we can trade resources back and forth and back and forth. So many waste rock. Yeah, that's a real problem. So we need to get the carbonate extractor. What was left with the carbon extractor? That's why we... Oh, the concrete was the carbon extractor. That's right. Yeah, because we're starting to set that up. We really need to get the carbon extractor online. We might be able to still like nestle it in here. Let's see. Or carbonate processor, rather. Nope, doesn't fit in there. It's too big. It's big and bulky, that's for sure. Cable connection. Sort out. Well, I guess it technically has a cable connection here. I don't know. There's gotta be a place for this. Not really, is there? I guess I could put it over here. It's not a bad spot for us to have it start. Okay. Put this here for now. Lakes of various sizes. We'll get that online soonish, it looks like. Okay. Let's get this built, put it at top priority. We need to start getting through this waste rock. You have flying drones too? Yeah, we've got the shuttle bay here for flying drones. But if you play as Japan, your little drones actually also fly, which is pretty cool. We're playing as Russia because we had it be random. Okay, so we have a cold wave approaching. No good. Power is still an issue. Not great. Power, we get atomic accumulators, and we should get these guys online.
Resources are low.
Get 2 atomic accumulators down here. Nestle 1 in here too. Let's get those online. I'll enjoy all. You're off to happy hour at the pub? Alright, have a good one, Macros. We'll see you around. Enjoy the pub. Keep breaking buildings. Stop breaking buildings. See, it's nice that we can just replace it, though. Yeah, we have all the parts and pieces we need. We just need to get this in a drone hub range. This thing definitely needs to get powered. I'll go from here. Yeah, there we go. And then we just need to get you over here. It should allow us to build it. Is that out of the range of one of the other? Oh, just barely out of the range of other drones getting it done. So hopefully this commander can reach. Perfect. All right, he'll take care of it. We'll get this plugged in. Once that one's plugged in, we'll be good to go. All right, there's that cold wave that's going to cause some serious temp problems. Amplify. No, we really don't need to amplify you. Look at how much this thing heats. It's insane. So much space is now just casually heated by this. You're off to see if you can join the online lesson. All right, good luck. We'll see you later again today. I mean, you know, I'm not going to be... If you're joining in for a class, I probably won't be live by the time you're done with the class. But, you know, we'll be back again. Playing more another time. We'll be back in tomorrow for you. So, I'll probably see you again tomorrow. Hydroponic farm... no, they broke that. But yeah, because I imagine your class is going to be like an hour or more, right? How's it going, Solaire? Yeah, we're still alive. We're still slowly but surely plodding along. We're still running into some problems. But we are still slowly but surely plodding along. We've got 103 open jobs. So we're working on getting a new dome. If we can get this other dome online, oh, then we'll be making some magic. Because if we get this other dome online, what we'll do is we'll then just get a lot of housing in here. Just a big housing dome. Focus on that, and we can do all of the amenities in here. So we can move a bunch of these apartment buildings over here and just have this be like 80% apartments. People won't like it working in a dome they're not like living in, but with the hanging gardens here, it should keep people super happy. And we can put another hanging gardens in there if we need to. 103 open jobs. Time to borrow some more people. I mean, the main thing is we only have 24 open slots, and we've got 8 children and 8 children coming in, and we even have some children that are probably living in apartment buildings. Yeah, children living in apartment buildings, like Obi Rigel here, living in an apartment building because we just don't have space. Can we get the concrete for this? Oh, we have 0 concrete. Oh, that's awkward. Amplify these. That's awkward.
Resources are low.
A couple extra sterlings. Extra sterlings. We're just gonna jam a few here, jam a few there. Right. Yep, I know. Power woes, indeed. Power woes, indeed. We'll get them sorted. O2 is an issue. But we have a bunch of polymers. As long as we stay on top of polymer production, we should be okay here. Yeah, so like these 2 are actually being built. That's another 20 just got added to the system. We'll just go ahead and jumpstart the whole system here by opening up all of our Stirling engines. Liquid water is now possible upon Mars. Nice. We did the thing. 25%. Very nice. It reminds you of you getting a sterling, and you get a sterling. Everybody gets a sterling. Yeah. No, nothing but the sterling. Can I get the last bit of concrete now? From our forever producers. Don't panic. Don't panic, everything's gonna be fine. But good gracious, look at all this waste rock. We have so much waste rock. I just want to get it in this carbonate processor. And honestly, we could probably start looking at waste rock liquefaction as well. Put that at the top of the list. Because that actually is something we could use right now. Because we have no concrete. And we have a lot of rock. And that turns rock into concrete. So that would work out really well for us. This cold wave's going to last a while longer. My goodness, it's 500 and change power that we get from this thing. Turning it on. Turning all of them on. That is crazy. Okay. How much power do you actually use? 120. Wow, we're just going to turn you off. We don't need this on right now. We'll hold on to 120 to make sure we can get through this cold wave. And we have one accumulator built so far. These ones are coming around once we have more concrete. Need a lot of concrete. We still need a lot of polymers out of this too for us to go and get all our sterlings online. We placed like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Quite a few. Oh, I need to remember to tell these things to stop shipping back to Earth. Because we got events to get done. I need to remember to tell them to stop. Stop running out on us. We got things to do. We got important things to do. There it is. Now it's online. Does 0.4 per day. We will amplify this as well for 50% increased in output. It's going to require more power, but it's not going to matter when we're outside of a cold snap here. Alright, these are done now too. So we'll start charging a little better prepared. All this is going well. Perfect. I think it's these two. Yeah, these two are on their way to Mars, and this one's on its way to Earth. Yep. Electronics for polymers? Nope. A hard pass. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. We don't need the mission control log for the events for dealing with the dredgers. We can keep it kind of clean. Clean space here. Let's go ahead and get more funding. Used for more research. We're only making 2K. We have no one working here? As a low priority? No one works there? What? There's 8 by 3, so there's 24 per. So that means that there's 48. There's 48 people out of the 98 people there are research slots that are empty. Okay. Offload what you got. We'll send you on a new mission. Ah, good. Same thing. Okay. RC Commander. Go for a proton. 8 people for research project. Send Zenits on it. Alright. Let's get these guys up and running here. Some progress on one. Research, unlock new things to research with the other. Should be good. Alright, so just need 20 more polymers, and that's really been the main polymer sink right now. Oh my goodness, we need so much more concrete. Never mind. It's gonna be a while till we get enough concrete here from these, even when they're running at full speed. Ah! I'll have to go get us more food. Oh no, food. 3.2 for 1 soul. 3.2 for 1 soul. It's actually better than vegetables. Because then if it's 3.2 over a range of 4 souls, this would be 12.8, which is 0.3 better. This is 10 for the same amount. This is not as good, but it uses less water. Less water. 415 instead of 412 and change. So it looks like rice is the best option. Alright, we'll swap them all to rice here. We need to start making some food. This isn't good. This is why we really need to get the farms unlocked. We'll put farms back on top of the list here. We're already outsourcing 1,000. As fast as we can research that, getting researchers in here. Perhaps time to look into ranches? Yeah, it might be. We've got some slots here. If we delete these 3 and we put in some building for farms instead, it'd be pretty good. Yeah, we could do ranches if it gets really bad. I'd rather just have it be a farm, though.
Meteor shower incoming.
Sterling. Thought we had a... Yeah, no, okay, good. Just making sure we're covered here. We're gonna need to get this one covered next. Or else we might end up springing a leak, and that ends up being that because they're all connected. So we'll have to see. So are you up and online yet? Are you firing? Yeah, you are. Good. So if we can slowly get through some of this rock, that'd be great. I don't think we're going to be able to keep up, though. I think we're going to be producing rock significantly faster than we can cut through it. Wasn't there another thing that uses that? Yeah, there was. It's the waste rock liquefaction. I'm like, there's got to be another thing for us to do with it. Because this is going to be too much. We've got 3 extractors for water on our main source here. So that's going to get a lot for us. Oh. Good. Good bit of research is always helpful. Just having us jump ahead.
Anomaly analyzed.
Oh my goodness. 2 of them. That's a lot. It's really good. The funny thing is you can make out of our dome ranches. You can make out of dome ranches. True, we could just make a little dome ranch in which everyone just goes to the dome ranch to do all the ranching. That's a true point. Got a meteor storm coming in soon, and we still have 1.5 days of this cold snap. Brutal. Once the cold wave's gone, we'll be in a good shape. Or at least in a better one. Okay. Let's see if we can get on that other anomaly. There was a 3rd one. We didn't look at it because, again, we needed to get our ships in. What is this? RC transport for resources, yeah. Soyuz is ready. Up and out.
Resources are low.
Kind of weird to be back low on polymers again. not something I'm used to. Alright, hate homeless people. It's no good. If we can continue to get on top of power production, we can then remove all of these panels. Turn this into another housing for the moment at least.
Research complete.
Alright, there we go. So we got farms. So let's get 3 farms in here. Because again, we're about to have people starving. Okay, that speeds up our research. Always good to have.
Sector scanned.
Okay, food. Farms. Get in there. Like Zero G Labs. Zero G Labs is pretty good, but Zero G Labs is a Europe-only building, correct? I'm pretty sure it's a Europe-only building. Alright, so we're trying to get as much food as we can out of here. This will definitely speed up and improve the amount that we're going to be able to make. Alright, quinoa gives us 2 souls 22. Wheat is 2 souls 17. Corn is 3 souls 7 or 5 souls 70, which is nuts. It's just superior. Apples, which is 8 souls 88, which is 7 per day. This is what, 14 per day? And this is 11 per day. So I guess this one and apples are the same. Quinoa and apples. Although apples give much more oxygen, which is kind of nice. Potatoes gives 11 per day. Same as corn. Cover crops gives like nothing. And soybeans gives... what, 8 per day? So that's 8 per day. You know, let's just do soybeans across the board. I want to increase their soil quality here. Soil quality should increase the amount that we end up producing. So let's do soy for a handful of rounds. Since we're down to 1 food and we're about to have a massive starvation event. It's going to be really bad here. Yeah, it's going to be bad. Can I trade with you for food? No. Can I trade with you for food? Concrete for a lot of food. Okay. Get on that and do a handful of runs, please. We're going to struggle with getting enough concrete, but it's going to be useful. Don't forget soil quality. Yeah. Potatoes and soybeans. +1 for you. Potatoes is minus. Yeah. But I think corn is better. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to do soybeans and corn, it looks like. Hey, Ravage. Thanks for the follow. Thought you were. Well, it's cool you've been hanging out for a while. Testing the waters, making sure it's worth it. But yeah, we'll just do the soybeans for now. Should be fine. Kept forgetting to actually hit the button. Ah, it happens. I completely understand. It happens. Hey, I care more that you're here, hanging out, chilling. The follow's just there to remind you that I'm live. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got... Oh, this is great. We have no concrete, no food, but we got everything else. Okay, we don't have polymers anymore. Doing pretty well here, though. Quite happy with it. Current progress 1.5. Oh my goodness, we're just churning through this. More polymer and get 50% more. Wow, 0.6 instead. Whew. Goodbye cold waves for good soon. What do we have to hit to get rid of cold waves? Colonists are starving. Yeah, this is gonna get bad. I'm hoping this rice, which is produced every 4 days, will help offset a little bit of what's going on top of the 2 shipments of food. we have 2 food shipments that we're doing. Oh my goodness, we're finding a lot of anomalies. This is really good.
We have a food shortage.
Yep. You think it's 35? Okay. Well, we're almost there. We are going to slowly heat up slower and slower as we get up there, though, because the GHG factories reduce as we get closer to 100%. You like the Mario Kart style chairs on the resource depots? Yeah. That's nice and relaxing, right? Oh, so good seeing all these drones. How are we doing with the drone production? Nice, we have almost 50 in storage.
Resources are low.
I need to just keep an eye out for whenever it's like heavy load. Drone. Okay, so no drones in any of these. They haven't picked up any. It's good. Still struggling on power, still struggling on water, but our water tank is essentially full, so it's fine. I mean, when we have 800 parts just lying around, I guess we'll do this. But we're not going to do it until then. Can you just put another concrete scraper? Yeah, we could put in more of these concrete producers, but they're making a lot of waste rock, so I'd rather get the waste rock liquefaction done. and slap down a handful of those buildings. And that way we can just turn all this waste rock that we see here into concrete and solve our problem. Any other way we make concrete is going to create waste rock. So if we can at least turn it into either this, which is an atmosphere, which we're at 2.09 right now, or just into usable material. I want to try and do that if we can. So I'm hoping we can just hold out to research this. But, yikes, people are getting very hungry. Do you have food?
Sector scanned.
Mercy transport, nothing and nothing. Well. It's no good. So 20 polymers and 70 concrete. Everyone's hungry. It's holding up over here. It looks like they're coming back. Yeah, okay. Coming back for food. So I'll have food shortage, well, not solved, but at least abated for a little bit longer. Running out of materials. Yeah, there's no food over there for you to actually sell. There's like a smidgen over here at a restaurant and a grocer. Don't really have much option now. Now the first two concrete plants where it is in the field, in range of drones. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. You need 3 extractors at 160% for one of the goals. Yeah, that's a good point. It's for more money per rare metal. That's actually pretty worth it. Is it just any extractor? Pretty funny thing is we could get water out. Make sure we just have the vaporators become more efficient. Well, I mean, the thing is we have all this water here. Tapping on 100k. So we're fine on water. Okay, who's got the heavy load? You still have a heavy load. Was 50 or was 40? Really? Okay. Hopefully that offsets that. Someone blew up the nursery again! These guys are absolutely out of line. We need to capture these renegades. They're destroying nurseries while children are at work. I guess at play. How absolutely dare him or her? Who knows? It might. You know what? It might even just be like a teenager that's like to join the renegades. They have to go and destroy something. That's like a rite of passage. I don't know, but goodness. Polymers for concrete. If only we had a just ridiculous quantity of polymers, I'd actually probably take that up. So we're waiting on concrete. Concrete plants, please. Nah, we're just gonna wait around. Food for metals.
We have a food shortage.
Yeah, I'd rather stay around and continue to just monitor the food situation, just so that we don't have the colony fall apart while I'm busy working on another project, right? Well, you're not dying, so assume it's going well. Yeah, so far so good. We're still holding on. We haven't fallen apart quite yet. Quite yet. It can still happen. But we're in a pretty sturdy spot now. We're able to get through cold snaps pretty efficiently and effectively. We've got 104 open jobs for people to work at, which means we really just need to get a new dome. Which we're 20 and 16.3 out, so it's pretty close. It's time for us to place more drone recharging chargers out there. Yeah, we'll need to put more in soon, but since we increased both their movement speed and the storage capacity by 50%, we should be okay for the moment. If given a half a chance, yeah. We'll definitely want to put them in there, but I think we're okay for the moment. I really want them to just kind of continue to distribute materials, but you can see that some of these guys are pretty active and some of them over here not so much. I'm not too sure what's up with that. It's a drone. It should be working at all times. It should never have a break. It is a drone. Okay. So it's all set up, and we're just, yeah, it's just gonna be slow and steady getting materials in there. But once that one's done, we'll use it as a mining center, so we can go mine these 3, and actually, heck, we can even set that up. Why not? And then we can go ahead and work on a lower one for whatever need we end up meeting. So that'll work out. So we'll work with the Megadome director, sort out what needs to happen to have that dome thrive, we'll go from there. Alright, so we're currently working on the, liquefaction. We still need it. The ones over there in a drone commander. Oh, the drone commander, yeah. This drone commander has lost all of his drones. Where'd he go? What? That wasn't it. We'll definitely want bioengineering now. Foreign adaptation, just so we can get this stuff done with less stuff. Where are you? You're over here. Okay. Like, what? Okay, 20. Perfect. Back to the way you were. Okay. Where's transport and resources? Oh, we're already on it. Okay. Okay. Cool. We can turn this thing back on. We're out of the cold wave. Continue to pull metals out. We're just going to be stockpiling metals because, again, we can't get through it in time. And then we'll get the polymers online here. Just need this. Actually, we've got all 20 right here. Are they in other production? In construction sites? Yeah, this is the only construction site that's using polymers. So then whatever's not accounted for is in transit. Between one and the other, I guess. Water's still becoming an issue. I mean, we still can hold out on water. It's not that bad. It's just the fact this thing uses 10. It's insane. Turn this on as well. Again, we can turn off the upgrades whenever we want to. Yeah, use a brick breaker. Or, breakthrough. What? Brick breaker. What? Good gracious. Yeah, we'll probably want to pick up cloning at some point, but we're not struggling with population right now, so it doesn't make sense. Power up the drone hubs, please. Are the drone hubs not online? Should be powered. Yeah. Oh, just like plug these in is what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I'm like, what do you mean? They're turned on. It's like, no. No, it's just like literally plug it in. I'm gonna let this one get plugged in by the system here, as opposed to putting a wire there. Yeah, we could definitely wire this one in. Okay. 23. It's just 10. It's kind of interesting that the cold biome has so many really good things in it. 15, 15, 15, just because it's cold, probably, yeah? So then what? I thought there was like one that was like 20 or something. Oh, where? Continue to terraform along. Very nice. Perfect. Off on that last mission. Alright, so as soon as the polymers get here, which should be shortly, yeah, we've got 2.6 in its own personal storage right now, which can hold, what, 10? 20. Giant corporations. Oh no, giant crops. Not even giant corporations. Unlock giant crops, which have an increased food output. Gene editing the plant strains brought from Earth to Mars, so they can better cope with the same, with some of the Martian environment's particularities. Has allowed us to grow supersized versions of Earthling cousins. Interesting. Well, we're not really relying on that right now, so we can slide that in. Interesting. I like that. That sounds pretty good. Make mega beans. Mega soybeans. So there's some people that are still hungry, but we should be producing enough food now that we should be okay. I think it should be fine. We still have a lot of slots to fill. Cool. Alright, so food seems to be more or less stable. We're bringing it in from 2 other locations, as well as producing a bit on our own to try and cover it, if not stopgap it while we wait for all this stuff to show up. We'll go from there. These guys are going to need a repair soonish. And if we ever get to 800 parts, which, I mean, we're on the way to, we'll just go ahead and we'll just expand the mohole to number 3, just so we don't have to think about it. It'll just be done and done. Okay, all online. Okay, so as long as we... Oh my goodness, we're at 29.75. That's really good. We've really heated this planet up quite a bit. And we're already at 4.34 when it comes to the atmosphere, which is pretty good too, because it's 0.6 per day. At some point, though, we are going to have a loss of atmosphere as well, so we're going to need to go and put either satellites up or get some electromagnetic like devices down here to try and hold on to the atmosphere a little bit longer. Survey offer. Oh, hello. A recent successful startup company from Earth has made an offer. They are willing to share the patent for their one-of-a-kind device that they can discover previously undiscoverable underground deposits of metal and rare metals. Still, they're asking for a substantial amount of money. Yeah. Give me the new spots. Don't know where they're. Oh my good gracious. Okay, so they mined out like 900 here. Mined out 400 here. That must be a new one. I don't remember them going for that. That was already mined. That was already mined. Pretty sure that was already there. I know that one was there. Well, even so. Oh yeah, we only took 1 of the 3 out of there. So didn't quite do all of them. Are you doing what humans do best? Slowly destroying the world? Yes. Slowly making the world the best it can be for us and us alone? Yep, exactly. That's why we're currently making fuel, and then we're just burning that fuel to get the hydrocarbons into space. So we know what we're doing. Okay. So, don't think there's really anything we need to do in here. It's just kind of sad to see that completely empty. Let's really rely on that to increase our research speed. Oh, they might just be all around on the... No, not all. Uploaded there. Good. Alright. Bam. And that's that. We're going to go ahead and end the stream as much on time as we possibly can today. So we're going to end it here. We're going to go ahead and end the stream here. Reason 4 is because tomorrow we're going to be doing Crusader Kings 3. And I want to make sure I get as much rest as needed to make sure we're going to be doing well for Crusader Kings 3. Didn't you assign all scientists to manufacturing? I think we kind of did. Yeah, scientists are doing manufacturing like now. Just because I want bodies over there getting work done. Scientists will come back over here eventually. We just need more people to man these. But we're going to go ahead and pause it here. Let's go see if we can find someone to raid. Who can we find? Who's playing Surviving Mars right now? Just exclusively us. We're the only ones playing Surviving Mars today. Alright, I mean, that makes sense, because a lot of people are playing CK3 right now. So, I mean, in that case, we're going to go ahead and we'll just raid KRX again. We did yesterday. He's playing Crusader Kings 3 again, not surprised. And then, you know, just so you guys can watch a little bit of CK3 if you're interested. Otherwise, we'll be playing this exact game that we're going to be raiding for tomorrow. Again, I'm not really going to stay in this chat long because I don't want to be spoiled too much on the stuff. I want to poke around for the first time, kind of sort it out as we go when we start up tomorrow. But otherwise, I'll see you guys then. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.